From Inlow Field in Evansville, good evening and welcome to Week 5 of the high school football season. It is homecoming night for the Tigers. The Memorial Tigers playing host to the Harrison Warriors. Tonight's Tigers football broadcast is brought to you by Memorial High School. Tigers football is also brought to you by Melk, Mechanical, Electrical, Plumbing, Ivy Tech Community College. Tonight's broadcast is also sponsored by Pet Food Center, Caressel Landscape, Rockabar Pizza, Lensing Building Specialties, Zemer Funeral Home, and by People's Furniture Mattress Outlet, Hyundai of Evansville, and the Memorial Booster Club. Again, welcome into our broadcast tonight here on IndianaSRN, Week 5 of the regular season. Alongside Mike Scavara, I'm Jevin Redmond. The 4-0 Tigers taking on the 0-4 Harrison Warriors. And Mike, so far these two seasons have gone in different directions for Harrison and Memorial. The Warriors looking for their first win of the season. They lost last week 49-7 at Castle. The Tigers got a win. That wasn't necessarily the surprising thing last week. On paper, thought it might be a bigger difference, but able to pick up a win 9-6. And Tigers trying to stay perfect tonight.
Looking for an opportunity for both of these schools because Memorial would like to continue their 19 points given up defensively, which puts them second in the state out of 316 schools, where Coach Mo Sutton's ball club, they have also have a 19, but that's 19 points scored on offense. So they're looking to certainly take an advantage of the Memorial defense and get points on the board here tonight to come away with a win.
As we compare the head coaches, Mo Sutton in his 4th season, John Hurley his 16th season for the Tigers. Coach Sutton had improved his first 3 years. They won just one game when he took over. Then they went 2-8. Last year they had a 3-7 record. I know they were hoping for more progress this season. There's still time, but it hasn't worked out just yet.
And it's an opportunity because he's got these players that he's had for now their 4th season, and they're gelling. They just have been able to come away with some wins. And you look at their schedule, it's really top heavy. You know, they played Wrights and Jasper and North and Castle Memorial this week and Vincennes next week, where the last third of the season they play Central, Mater Dei, and Boise. And the Memorial Tigers, you know, they have certainly had tough opponents, but they're in a run now where they've got Mater Dei, Harrison tonight, and Boise. But their schedule ramps up the last third, where they play Evansville, Wrights, Vincennes, Lincoln, and Castle. As we take a look at the overall game plans tonight, first for the Tigers, you know, last week they suffered some injuries in that win. Quarterback Matthew Fisher, also running back Portero. We know they're both out for tonight's game, so they have to go to the backup quarterback Will Petke, and probably a few different guys to rely on in the running game. Well, Petke, the senior, and he's been the quarterback when they were 7th graders, 8th graders, 9th graders, and then he was behind Caleb Elspermint, and now this year between Matthew Fisher. So his very first start as a offensive player, he's actually 8 of 11 for his career passing, and he owns the longest pass here, 87 yards, and the longest run for scrimmage for the Tigers with 31. And, of course, coming in also for the Tigers on the rushing department, Landon Horning is going to have the opportunity to start at running back tonight.
Let's take a look at some player spotlights for tonight's game. We'll start with the Harrison Warriors and one of the running backs, 5'9" junior Cordavion Reed.
A two-way player, and he's got an opportunity to run and start at running back here tonight. He plays with a lot of heart, according to Coach Sutton, as, again, dedicated to the game, plays hard, and one of the top players on the basketball court for the Harrison Warriors.
As you could say, wide receiver / tight end for this next guy, 6'7", Brooks Thomas.
One of the biggest receivers in the SIAC, a two-way player as well, and a three-sport athlete. He excels on the basketball court and on the baseball field, and he is a top receiver, 13 catches, 172 yards. And again, Harrison family tradition. His dad, Joel, was a big three-sport athlete as well.
And we go to the Tigers, senior Desmond Johnson.
Desmond Johnson, he has really been a key in the last two sectional wins seasons. A 3-year starter, a three-way player because he starts at wide receiver. He'll start at defensive back or rotate in there, and a special teams player. Very athletic. One of the top track and field runners for the Memorial Tigers.
And we finish up the Tigers spotlight, linebacker Tanner Grease, another senior.
one of those high character and trust guys, as Coach Hurley talks about. He's one of the guys, he's a dependable, solid work ethic. If you had a player like Tanner, you're going to have a great ball club. Alignment assignment player, I call. In other words, he's always at the right place at the right time, and when he gets there, he executes. And a guy that's team first orientated.
We'll take our first time out on our pregame show for tonight's national anthem. Come back with the starting lineups. It is the 4-0 Tigers against the 0-4 Warriors. Kickoff at 6:30 here on IndianaSRN.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
We'll do Harrison offense, defense, then Memorial.
Darby here at Hyundai of Evansville. We love this community and we love these hot deals that we are offering. Like low prices on the new 23 Santa Fe's, now get an additional $2,500 rebate when you finance with Hyundai Motor Finance and get 3-year free maintenance and America's best warranty.
So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, stop in and let us show you some love.
Right here at Hyundai of Evansville, where credit is never a deal breaker.
Where nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Why do our students love Wrights Memorial?
Because I can grow stronger on the field and in my faith. I believe in my teammates. I believe in my classmates. And through Christ, I believe I can accomplish anything.
Come live your faith at Wrights Memorial.
Back at our pregame show here on IndianaSRN alongside Mike Scavara. I'm Jevin Redmond. We are less than 10 minutes away from kickoff, as it is the Tigers and the Warriors. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the Harrison Warriors, an offense that's trying to find some traction here in 2023.
And the key, and we're going to say his name a lot, Deshaun Brown. He's a quarterback, the junior. He's thrown for 240 yards. He's rushed for 230, and he improvises a lot. He'll go back to pass and end up running the ball, or he'll run the ball right off the get-go. Again, Reed also is one of their top runners as well. Again, we're going to see Kadavion Reed as well, as also Thomas Burks. We talked about him. He's their leading receiver, 13 catches, 172 yards.
And for the Warriors defense, what stands out about them?
Well, you're looking at some upperclassmen there. Seabury, he has 18 tackles coming into the game. Pipes also with 18 tackles. Duval and Sutton, they're underclassmen. They're in double figures as well. A very active linebacker group, but Seabury leads them in tackles, and he's in the safety, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, for the Tigers, their offense, they average 28 points a game, scored just 9 last week against Mater Dei, and it looks a bit different this week with a different quarterback and a running back.
Yeah, we talked about Will Pitt. He's starting at quarterback, and also coming in there, Landon Horning. But an offense that has been key is Luke Elsperman, the receiver. He's second in the SIAC and sixth in scoring, and fourth in 4A with over 400 yards receiving, and an offensive line somewhat inexperienced, but they're in their 5th game now. They're starting to gel.
And for the Tigers defense, hard to believe you can play much better than they have the first 4 weeks. They're giving up less than 5 points a game.
Yes, as we talked about, second in the state, tied with Alexandria, just giving up 4.75. And it's a design, we've talked about it, we'll talk about it some more. Alex Brochure leads the SIAC in scoring with 43 tackles, but the other 2 linebackers, Nichols and Grease, high in the tackles, and Zemer along with Baker, the 2 defensive ends. So the 3 linebackers and the 2 defensive ends, they're expected in this defense, 4-3 defense, to make the tackles, and they are doing that.
All right, before we take a break, let's discuss real quick some games throughout the SIAC tonight. We lead off with a pretty good battle at Vincennes, 3-1 Castle against 3-1 Vincennes. They kick off at 6:30. That's probably the best game in the city.
Yeah, they're playing for third place. Both Memorial and Wrights 4-0. Both Castle and Vincennes 3-1.
You also have Boise at North tonight, Wrights at Central, Jasper at Mater Dei. What do you think about the Boise North game and also Jasper Mater Dei?
Well, you're looking at some teams that are hungry for victories. That's for sure. As North looking, they're 2-2. Bosie's 1-3, but Bosie scored 154 points while giving up 163. So you need several pencils to keep stats for them. And of course, the other ball game coming up, Wrights and Central. It's kind of same situation as here tonight. And Bosie and North, it's D. Cooper night.
All right. Let's take our last break. Kickoff is next. Week 5 action comes your way on the other side of this break here on IndianaSRN.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree, we care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Memorial. Hey, thanks for being here. You're in great hands.
Just about set for kickoff. We were talking about the Tigers' stellar play, both offensively and defensively so far through the first 4 games this year. There you get a breakdown, a couple of stats on each side.
Well, the rushing game has to improve, and the passing game is pretty good with Matthew Fisher at 886. Defensively, they've done all the right things.
There you see the Tigers take the field on your screen. It is homecoming night here at Inlow Field. And Mike, let's go ahead and set our keys to the game on both sides. Give me 1 or 2 things for the Warriors and Tigers.
Well, a lot of coaches like to look at takeaways. In other words, the difference between turnovers and stopping or forcing turnovers on defense. Harrison is a -6. They've had 7 interceptions and 2 fumbles on offense with 2 interceptions on defense and 1 fumble. Memorial is a +9. They're only 1 interception. That was last week. They have 8 interceptions defensively and 2 fumbles. So that is the key there. The running game from Memorial, they need to improve on that. As Harrison coming in, they need to stop the running game and the passing game. They need to come up with defense. And, of course, they need to get some points on the board as well.
It is a very nice evening weather-wise, 75 degrees at the moment. We'll be in the 50s by the end of the game tonight. It'll feel like fall really for the first time all year. And the captains set to make their way to the midfield mark. And our referee crew tonight in the white hat is Matt Barker, along with Christopher Stratton, Joseph Spencer, Paul Quinzer, and David Wire. So those are our officiating crew tonight. Matt Barker, Christopher Stratton, Joseph Spencer, Paul Quinzer, and David Wire.
Brooks Thomas and Canavian Reed, our 2 player profile players, are out there. As you've got for the Tigers, Captain Aiden Waller out there, as well as Alex Bershers. They will be playing in the game, while the 2 players, the junior quarterback Matthew Fisher and senior running back Porter Road, they are not in uniform. And hopefully they'll be getting back soon.
We'll talk more about it once we get into the game tonight, but Will Petke, a 5'11 senior quarterback. He'd played some quarterback growing up with his class, and we saw him a little bit in the Central game week 3 when that game was out of reach. He's just 3 of 4 passing this year, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Petke did play the final 2 possessions of the first half against Mater Dei last week when he threw that 1 pick.
As this senior class, we talked about that before we went on the air. They're 32-11. from their freshman year up until this game, and 2 sectional titles and a regional title is Harrison, Evansville. Harrison wins the toss. They want to go on offense first, so Memorial will kick it away.
The Harrison offense, the last 2 weeks, they scored 7 points at Castle, 12 points at North, so this is their 3rd straight week. They are on the road. They'll be back at home week 6 next Friday against Vincennes. Head coach Mo Sutton in his 4th year has a record of 6-28. He has improved in every year as the head coach of the Warriors. Won just 1 game his first year, then went 2-8 the following year, and last year they went 3-7. They are trying to pick up their first win here tonight against the Tigers. Head coach John Hurley in his 16th season for Memorial, 132-66 record, as Pate Barrett will get set to kick it off right to left on your screen.
Hurley is 14-1 against Harrison since he took over in 2008. The only loss in 2015 to a Corey Brunson coached ball club, who now is at Wrights, 29-28. Mo Sutton, his first 3 years, has not been able to defeat the Tigers. So we're ready for football. Southern Indiana Athletic Conference football. This marks the halfway season of the 2023 campaign.
Cordavion Reed is one of the men back deep to return this kickoff from Pate Barrett. We are underway, Week 5 action, and the kick will be returned from the 10-yard line, gliding up the far sideline of the 20, 25-yard line, middle of the field 30, trying to stretch it near side and then wrapped up the 35-yard line. Good return by Addison Thomas, just a freshman, and that sets up the Warriors offensively with pretty good field position.
Nice tackle there on the special teams for their Tigers was Joey Baronis, and Addison, very familiar name, Thomas, because his dad, Andre, is the athletic director at Evansville Harrison.
And Addison Thomas, as a freshman, has 6 catches, 1 for a touchdown. He lines up the wide receiver slot as the Harrison offense takes over. Ball just past the 35-yard line. Their quarterback is Deshaun Brown, a 6'2 junior. This is the first offensive play of the night. He's looking to throw here. Stands in the pocket, goes across the middle. He's got the big wide receiver, Brooks Thomas, for a first down in Tigers territory to the 47. So Thomas, who leads them in receptions, Brooks, his 14th catch of the season.
Yeah, you're looking at 6'7" against J.J. Lowry, who's 5'8", a mismatch. So it goes from the 36 to the 47, a 17-yard pickup. And again, that play wasn't called Friday night here, the first play. They decided on Tuesday in practice, we're going to open up with that one.
This Warrior offense averages 75 yards through the air per game, just over 100 on the ground. The snap comes for the Tigers' 47-yard line, second play of the game. They hand off the running back, Pipes, and Pipes tries to cut through the line of scrimmage, but he's knocked back for a loss of a half a yard. And it'll bring up second down.
Lining there, starting with the first hit, was Matthew Hawkins before a couple other Tiger defenders come up with it. We'll give him no gain on the play.
Pipes, a 5'10 junior. 7 rushes for 15 yards coming to play tonight. And it'll be second and about 10 for this Warriors offense.
Again, they'll go bunch receivers, 3 to the right, 1 back, split in out to the left, one-on-one coverage there.
Brown 3-step drop, quick pitch here into the flat. It is caught by Pipes, and then Pipes scoots just past the line of scrimmage. Forward progress shot off at the 46. That'll go for a gain of 2. And it's 3rd and 9 now for the Warriors.
Zemer and Broshiers and Nichols on the stop.
Brown, the Harrison quarterback, has come in completing 46% of his passes this year. He's 20 for 43. 1 touchdown, 6 interceptions.
That played really just kind of like a long handoff.
Yep.
Try to get him out on the perimeter, but good pursuit that time by the Tiger defense. Will look to force a punt.
Brown has started 2 of 2. Probably will be looking to throw here again on 3rd and 9 from the Tigers' 46.
Wide side to the left.
4 wide receivers set in the pocket. Pass goes across the middle. Jump ball, leaping catch at the 35-yard line. It is Brooks Thomas. When you're 6'7", just throw it up to him. First down, Harrison.
Nice play there as Brown throws it at its highest point and utilizing, as Jevin said, that 6'7" speed. They're going to go to him a lot. And he's going to line up just about anywhere, in the slot, out as a wide receiver. So a fresh set of downs for the Harrison Warriors to start this ball game.
2 running backs in the backfield on first down. They give it running right side, and this is Reed. Gets out of 1 tackle, is able to get positive yards before he's wrestled down to the 31-yard line. A pickup of 4 for Reed, the junior.
Good job, second effort by Cordavion Reed broke the tackle behind the line of scrimmage and picks up about 4.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 now. Here's a look at that catch on 3rd down. In the middle of 3 or 4 Tiger jerseys.
Yeah, it looks like he was just up for a rebound on basketball court, which he does quite well.
Think about Thomas, too, at 6'7", 235. He moves pretty well for his frame.
And he's only a junior.
Yeah. 2nd and 6 from the 31-yard line. 3 minutes gone, opening drive of the night. Warriors have 2 first downs. The give is to Pipes. He tries to go between the tackles, and he has stood up at the 30-yard line, gain of 1.
Donovan Baker, the right defensive end, on the hit. And if he got anything, it would be half a yard. So another 3rd down. So do you double team Thomas? Again, it's hard to double team him with 5'10 guys, 5'8 guys, as we've got a referee's timeout for an equipment repair.
That last catch, there were 4 Tigers around him. It didn't matter.
In basketball court, he probably has 4 guys defending him as well. And now he's out on the left slot. Brooks Thomas. As they'll cover him. They'll move out Nichols out there to guard short. And McGuire deep.
On 3rd and 5, the pass goes across the middle, right around the first down stick. Catch is made by Xavier Brooks, just his 2nd reception of the year, and he appears to have enough for the first down. Needed 5 and got maybe 5.5.
Good play calling so far by the Harrison Warriors. They used Thomas as a decoy. They came back to the side there as Jake Lively on the hit with a couple other defenders. But another first down. The Harrison Warriors have come out passing. They're starting on their own 36-yard line. They're down into Tiger territory on the 25 as we reach almost the 4-minute mark here to start the ball game.
Yeah, this will be play number 9 of the drive. Another 4 wide receivers set with Pipes, the running back. They give it to him right up the gut, and he dives forward for 3 or 4 as he's sandwiched between a couple of defensive linemen.
Marvion Vaughn also. First hit was Alex Brashears, the fine linebacker, but give him 4. So a good chess match again, good play calling there by Coach Mo Sutton and his staff as they're mixing the pass with the run. As maybe the Tigers try to emphasize on the defensive end from the pass, and the Warriors pick up 4 on the first down.
Now we have a new quarterback in there. They make this switch. Rylan Knapp lines up in the quarterback spot here on 2nd and 7. Here's a jet sweep coming near side. Reed's got the football, but it doesn't work out for him. A handful of jersey there by Donovan Baker before he's yanked to the turf. A loss of a handful there. It's 3rd and long.
And Donovan Baker there came up with the contain. Probably about a loss of about 4, maybe even 5.
It'll be 3rd and about 10 for the Warriors. They have converted 2 third downs already on this drive. This next play will be play number 11, and they have used over 5 minutes off that clock.
Have not attempted a field goal this year. In fact, Bavone, the only guy who's made an extra point. 3 receivers out to the left, and the Tigers go man coverage out there.
Quarterback is Knapp once again. He looks to throw. Goes the far side of the field, and it is dropped by Reed. And it's 4th down.
Well, certainly 4 down territory for the Warriors here, as they have, with the offense, has helped out their defense because the Tiger offense has not been on the field so far.
So Knapp, the junior, comes over and gets the play instruction here. Be 4th and 10 from the Tiger 25-yard line. Again, this is still the first drive of the game.
Got to get to about the 25. Not quite.
Play clock down to 5. Knapp gets everybody set. Takes a snap just in time. On 4th down, quarterback is hit. Ball comes out. They'll rule it an incomplete pass, as that was some lightning quick pressure on the Harrison quarterback. It is a turnover on downs.
Chrismaniel Jean comes in from the right defensive end, so they slip him into the defense, and the junior comes up big, forcing a turnover. As look on from the left side, right defensive side, as Knapp, the quarterback, he did not have any time, had receivers open, so the Tigers come up with the big stop, and they go 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Gene, who is a junior, don't recall mentioning his name too much throughout the year so far. So good play by him. Tigers offense takes over for the first time from the 25-yard line. Will Petke gets a start at quarterback, and the first handoff goes to Donovan Baker, and Baker is able to move forward for a gain of 5. We saw Baker last year start the year at running back before Porter Road came on week 3. So Baker is not unfamiliar to the running back spot, and he talked with Coach Hurley. He told me this week that Baker's a guy that he doesn't hide it very well. He wants to play running back, and now he gets his chance.
Well, he's done a great job so far, running the football. In fact, he came in that fourth quarter and picked up in 4 carries about 5.5 yards.
Came on a big drive there late in the game when the Tigers were up 3 and they hung on for the win. Now they go to Landon Horning, and Horning shuffles forward right around that first down marker. Appears to be a yard shy. It'll be 3rd and 1. Saw Horning quite a bit in that week 3 game against Central.
No, they give it to him.
All right, so first down for the Tigers.
Get 4 down linemen, 3 active linebackers for Harrison. So both teams use the 4-3 look with 4 defensive backs, as this time the Tigers will bunch up receivers to the right.
They put Dockery in motion. Dockery has it. Looking for a block, the 35-yard line. Cuts it back inside, and then he's undercut at the 41. That'll go for a gain of 6.
And they had an extra blocker out there, and that enabled to utilize the speed of Dockery and the wide side of the field. As you pick up 5-6 yards on every carry, you'd be happy with that. Coming into the game, Memorial Tigers only averaging 2.9 a rush.
So they give him 5 at second down. Petke fires, far side, incomplete. Too much heat for Dockery to pull it in. It's incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down.
Well, Petke coming in was 3 of 4 for 122 yards, and that 87-yard shovel pass, jet sweep pass to Connor O'Donohue against Central in the second half. So that'll bring up 3rd down territory. The Tigers need to keep the drive alive by moving the sticks.
Harrison turned the ball over on downs in their 12th play at the Tigers' 25-yard line. Memorial on 3rd down will run it right up the middle. A big hole for Landon Horning. He's into Harrison territory, past the 45-yard line, down to the 44. There's our first big rush of the game.
15 yards. Nice job by the right side of the offensive line. Got good downfield blocking by the receivers as Horning, not a big guy, but it's got some quicks, and here it is. Great acceleration after the line of scrimmage. Gets to the outside and gets the tackle there by Harrison. If not, he's going to get even bigger yardage.
So a fresh set of downs. Petke fakes it to Horning. Now try to take off running. Shovel pass caught by Elsterman. Jukes one man, gets out of a second tackle and is able to get 4 yards on that play. It was near disaster for the Tigers for a rather large loss on the play, but gets bailed out there on the shovel pass, and it's second down.
Improvising is the key word on that play. Is almost sacked for a loss, gets a toss, and Elsperman eludes a tackle before Brandon Brinkman makes the stop. And all of that comes up with a +4.
As opening drive for the Tigers brought to you by Rockabar. Join them on their new location at the corner of Green River Road at 4600 Washington Avenue in Evansville. Dockery in motion once again on second down. They fake it to him, and the quarterback, Elsterman, who lined up in the Wildcat, takes off running, head of steam, and he slides at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 19, so a different look there. Wildcat, Elsterman takes it right up the middle.
And he comes up limping on his left ankle. So they fake the jet sweep, and Luke Elsterman out of the shotgun, quarterback formation, runs right up the gut, as you can see right here. Great acceleration, uses that speed, comes out to the outside. Gets knocked down, but not after a big gain, and gets the ball near the red zone.
Good to see Elsterman run off the field, but he was limping a bit. Again, the Tigers were bit by the injury bug last week, losing their quarterback Matthew Fisher and running back Porter Road. They're both out tonight. It is 1st and 10 from the Harrison 21-yard line. Petke hands off to Horning. He cuts to the outside 15-yard line, and head of steam drug down out of bounds, shy of the 10. Good running for Horning.
Got the corner, but coming up defensively, Deshaun Brown stopped him short of the first down.
Tigers are inside the Peace of Mind red zone. Peace of Mind is an outpatient private practice helping individuals of all ages, couples, and families on their mental health journey. Check them out online to make an appointment at their new Evansville Eastside location.
I guess they gave him the first down. No, it's second.
Yeah,
okay.
they haven't reset the scoreboard yet.
I got you. All right.
So it's second and short.
Give them about 8. That play worked. They might want to come right back to it. Maybe Donovan Baker the other way.
We've got Baker and Horning in the backfield here on second and short. The give is to Baker. He's got one block. He turns a corner to the 10. Baker to the 5, spinning. He lunges forward. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Donovan Baker.
Great acceleration there by Baker. And then once he gets hit, good second effort. And just like that, the defense sets up the offense as the Tigers get the first score of the game.
11-yard rushing score for Donovan Baker, his first score of the year. And now Pate Barrett comes on for the PAT. He missed his first PAT last week against Mater Dei. He's 12 for 13 on the season. Simon Schultz will do the holding, trying to make it 7-0 Tigers. Here, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Barrett does just that. 7-0 Tigers, late first quarter here on IndianaSRN.
Melk, located in Evansville, Indiana, provides mechanical, electrical, and plumbing solutions nationwide. We deliver quality service to the industrial, commercial, and healthcare industries. If you have a big project, we bring big solutions. That includes designing and installing green energy systems that benefit your business. Our in-depth knowledge and commitment to safety make us the perfect partner in MEP contracting. Contact us for an estimate on your next project. Melk, big projects, big solutions.
Why do our students love Wrights Memorial?
Memorial helps me find the right rhythm on stage and in my education. I believe in developing my craft.
I believe in building a community.
And now, I believe I can hit the right notes in all aspects of life.
Showcase your talents at Wrights Memorial.
Scoring recap for the Tigers as they score first 9 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes and 35 seconds. It was an 11-yard touchdown run from Donovan Baker. The PAT good from Pate Barrett. And the scoring drive brought to you by Simplicity Furniture. They're located at 1309 North Green River Road in Evansville. Have fun shopping for furniture with the Coslets, Father Pat and sons Chase and Kelsey. Well, we saw the freshman Addison Thomas, a good return on the opening kickoff of the game. This kickoff will roll into the end zone for a touchback.
His second touchback of the year in his career. So the Harrison Warriors will start about 16 yards deeper than they did in their first drive. They got all the way down to the Memorial 25 before the Tiger defense stiffened. As we'll see what Coach Sutton brings out on the offense for the second possession.
You can join the tradition of supporting Memorial Athletics with the revamped and revitalized Booster Club. Join them tomorrow for their annual Steak Night event. Like them on Facebook for more information. That is the Wrights Memorial Athletic Booster Club.
Harrison 3 first downs in that first drive, all on the pass. And the big time receiver was Brooks Thomas.
They went 12 plays on opening drive. It was shut off at the Tigers' 25-yard line. Quarterback fakes it. That is Knapp. He runs it himself right up the middle and gets a decent gain on first down up to the 25.
Coming up with the stop for the Tigers was Landon Merrimee along with Donovan Brooks, but good pickup of nearly 5.
So Deshaun Brown was listed as the starting quarterback, but we've mostly seen Ryland Knapp here in the opening quarter.
Well, he got everything going down, but maybe Coach Sutton saw something that he thought maybe Deshaun might be a little bit more efficient in another position as they go 5 wide.
They move Pipes in motion from left to right, fake it to him, pass goes across the middle and is batted away. Good play by Jeremiah McGuire.
Yeah, they fake the run and then they run Brown down the middle of the field, but Jerry McGuire comes up with a stop on the bat. Here's the replay. Good thrown pass, but McGuire came up with the big knockdown.
So it's 3rd and 6. We saw Harrison convert 2 third downs on opening drive.
McGuire defensively, he's got 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery of the year.
They have to get to the 30-yard line for a first down, a 4 wide receiver set. See if Knapp goes back to the air, which he will here on third down. Takes off running, loses his footing, slings it, and it is incomplete. Would not have counted anyways. They were trying to throw it to Deshaun Brown, but Knapp had his knee hit the turf, and it's fourth down.
And we have a late flag. Now, they say his knee was down, so actually that's going to be a loss on the play, but then we have a flag at the end of the play as we'll have the referees confer.
Again, Matt Barker, the white hat tonight, and his crew. This is the first flag that we have seen so far in the opening quarter. So the penalty is against the Tigers.
Must be defensive holding, maybe. I have not seen a signal. Well, if it is, it's a big 15-yarder.
You know, I think the call was tripping.
Oh, okay.
So that moves the ball up to almost the 40-yard line and a fresh set of downs for Harrison. So this drive will continue. Just over 2 minutes to go first half. Tigers have had the ball once, and they scored on a 9-play, 75-yard drive. Give is up the middle for Pipes. Keeps those feet moving before he's sandwiched to the ground at the 43. It's a pickup of 4 for Jamarian Pipes.
Couple of defensive line then, Vaughn along with Merrimee on the initial hit, but give him about 4 on the carrier. Good offensive line move by that offensive line. Malone and Osborne and Jordan and McDonald and Willett. A good job that time by the Warriors offensive line. Is rapidly moving first quarter. We're down about a minute and a half.
Seems to be the theme in these high school games. The first quarter normally zips by. 2nd and 6 from their own 43-yard line. Here is Reed on the inside give, and Reed struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's where they will spot it. So no gain, 3rd and 6.
And I don't think he's going to have any gain. He might have. No, I guess they put it back at the line of scrimmage. It's Hawkins and Merrimee again in there as well. So do you go to the pass? Do you look for Thomas? That's worked a couple times to pick up first downs so far in this first quarter.
So really the two quarterbacks, both Brown and Knapp, they've looked comfortable throwing the ball here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Knapp came in 8 of 14 passing for 62 yards. One interception.
Down to 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Another 5 wide receivers set. They move Reed in motion left to right. Play clock down to 1. They get it off just in time. Dancing in the pocket. Rolling to his right is Knapp. He heaves it near side. Leaping attempt. And they're going to say inbounds. Catch is made right around the 45-yard line. What a play by Reed. But this might be coming back. There was a flag in the backfield.
I think we're going to have him face masked by one of the Tiger defenders. And they're going to certainly take the play because that'll give them a first down.
Boy, how about that catch from Cordavion Reed? The 5'9 junior went up and also to keep his feet in bounds.
And Knapp threw it where only he could come up with the grab. Here we go, rolling right. And catches at highest point. Gets knocked down by the defender as...
Well, so did they end up calling it incomplete?
Either that or I guess maybe he was not in bounds. That's the only thing I can think of.
Because the near side official spotted the ball where he went out of bounds. Because Harrison obviously wouldn't take the penalty, so I guess
they talked it over and they said incomplete.
And regardless, it was still a good catch, though.
Oh, yeah.
So 3rd down again. Knapp moving toward the Tigers' sideline. He's got blockers and a first down easily, cruising into Tigers' territory. What a block as well.
Good job coming up there. I think that coming up with the block was Jashawn Willett. As that time they did not have contain. They lost contain on the right defensive side, and Knapp comes up with the first rushing first down of the ball game for Harrison. As they move it into Tiger territory at Memorial 44-yard line.
Yeah, second time they're in Tiger territory tonight. Their first drive got halted at the 25-yard line after a 12-play drive. Tigers then followed that up with a 9-play, 75-yard scoring drive. So 7-0 Memorial, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Quarterback fakes the handoff. He tries to run for positive yards, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like linebacker Alex Broshiers came in. That is his team-leading 7th tackle for loss. So a loss of 3, and that play will take us to the end of the first quarter. A fast-moving first quarter in Lowe Field. Tigers in front, 7-0. Week 5 action here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
One quarter complete. Tigers in front, 7-0. Alongside Mike Scavara, I'm Jevin Rebin. This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. I want to thank Wrights Memorial High School for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. They are providing an environment where God inspires, they educate, and students thrive. Since 1925, check their website out at wrightsmemorial.org for more information. Well, the Warriors haven't scored yet, but Mike, pretty impressed with the way they moved the football so far tonight.
39 yards the first possession, 23 so far, so that adds up to 62. The Tigers with 75, as that'll bring up a 2nd and long.
It is 2nd and 12. Off the Tigers' 47-yard line, first play of the second quarter. Knapp in the pocket, shuffles, throws it near side. It is caught by Xavier Brooks. And then Brooks has his forward progress shut off at the 45-yard line, a gain of 2. The junior Xavier Brooks had 1 catch the whole year, according to the stats online. He has 2 tonight.
Nice ball. Great job by the receiver coming back as, again, Jake Lively, the man on the stop. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and long. Could be even 4-down territory for Coach Sutton.
So Knapp, the 6-foot junior quarterback, who again came in just completing 8 of his 14 passes this year, has thrown the ball fairly well in the first half.
3 receivers out to the right.
On 3rd and 10, Tigers rushed 4. They got some pressure. Ball out quickly to Pipes. Pipe has some open space to the 40. He has stood up the 35-yard line. Momentum carries him toward that first down marker. A flag flew in from the far sideline.
I think it could be a blindside block out there by one of the Harrison Warriors. I think this one might be coming back.
It is a block in the back against Harrison that negates what was close to a first down play.
And that was well designed because watch out there. They lose contain again. Nice block there. They get a block in the back. And before they could pursue it, a good job by Pipes carrying 3 or 4 defenders. But it's all for naught as the first penalty, a hold, marks it back, wipes out the play, and marches them back 10 into their own territory at the Warriors' 45-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter. Memorial up 7 over Evansville Harrison.
So it's 3rd and 21, trip to the near side here. Knapp looking near side, now goes across the middle, a lot of air under that ball, and it's picked off. Tigers on the return. It is Jeremiah McGuire. He has the INT. That is his 2nd interception of the season. And for the Tigers defense this year, their 11th takeaway.
McGuire goes up high, gets the interception, and gets about a 5-yard return. So the defense comes up big, both positions for Harrison. They stop him on downs on the Tigers' 25. And this time Knapp gets picked off as they were looking for Xavier Brooks as the Tigers get the ball 1st and 10 on their own 41.
Caressa Landscaping, serving Evansville and Newburgh for over 20 years for all your landscaping installation and maintenance. If you are not satisfied with your lawn or landscaping, contact Caressa at 812-853-7606 or at caressel.com. Here's the handoff to Elserman. Head of steam, 45-yard line. He slides through a couple of Warrior tackles, and he is brought down at the 50. Good to see Elshman back out there. He went off the field limping on the last drive, but back out there, and it's a gain of 9.
The Tigers defense showing why they're number 2 in the state, coming away with good efforts on their first time. Again, the Memorial, Jevin, both in the Indiana Football Coaches Poll and the Associated Press, ranked number 4 in 4A.
On 2nd and 1, inside give, Horning. He has the first down before he is drugged down. Forward progress is marked at the 47-yard line, pickup of 3 for Landon Horning, the 5'7 junior. Tell you what, for Harrison's offense, if you would have said they're going to run 22 total plays in the first about one quarter, I'd say, well, they probably have some points. But Tigers defense has stopped them twice with a turnover on downs and now an interception in their own territory.
Got Will Pitke doing a nice job at the quarterback, kind of putting people in the right places and doing a good job as a quarterback as he'll come back to throw this time.
Pass goes the far side, and right after the catch, Simon Schultz was greeted from behind. That's a short completion of 2 yards, and we have a injured Tiger on the field.
Zach Zebri came up with the tackle, and he did a nice job coming up and keeping that to a short game. As we've got a Tiger down.
So we'll take a break for this injury timeout. Tigers still in front, 7-0 early second quarter.
Since 1973, People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet has been operated by 3 generations of the Flitner family. From Stan Sr. to Stan Jr., and now Stan's daughter Susan and her husband Jacob. For the last 50 years, customer service and quality home furnishings has been their goal. Other furniture stores may come and go, but People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet will show you how easy it can get for the next 50 years.
People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet, how easy can it get?
Evansville's original pizza since 1955? Why, it's Rock-A-Bar Pizza, of course. 17 incredible specialty pizzas. Mega Meat, Chicken Barbecue, Rocco Pesto, and Bacon Cheeseburger. Or how about Quesadilla, Chicken Bacon Ranch, Hawaiian Margarita around the world, and their breakfast pizza. Plus all your favorites. Oh yeah, don't forget about their signature salad. It's like none other. Dine in, carry out, or catered. Rediscover Evansville's original and still the best Rock-A-Bar Pizza.
Back to action here. 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Handoff. Donovan Baker fighting for positive yards, and he will not get it. A loss of 1. Flag flies in after the whistle. And real quick, that injured Tiger was DeMarvion Vaughn, the 5'10 senior. He did walk off under the field, or off the field under his own power. Bryant Carr, the 6'1 junior, in for him.
A face mask against Harrison. Let's see if it's a 5 or a 15.
Looks like it's 15.
15 variety.
When the official starts running, you know it's 15. So that will give the Tigers a free first down.
5 running, 1 by penalty. Harrison, 3 passing, 1 run, and 1 penalty.
Tigers starting to threaten to go up 2 scores here. From the Warrior 31-yard line. Handoff Baker. He's got some space. 25-yard line, 20. Baker drugged down from behind, right around the 10-yard line. Baker had a rushing score moments ago. He nearly had 6 there, but he sets up the Tigers first down.
Good job defensively, Territon Wilson, and he gets into the red zone. 21-yard pickup.
Right at the 10-yard line, so it's 1st and goal from the 10. Tigers back inside that peace of mind red zone. Right when he got past the line of scrimmage, I thought he had a chance to go to the house.
That was a 6-point saving tackle there by Wilson.
3 minutes gone, second quarter, and we have an official's timeout for an equipment issue on the Warriors defense, and allows us to thank Linsing Building Specialties, a sponsor of tonight's broadcast. From the 10, another jet sweep, trying to cut it up middle of the field for the Tigers. This is Carson Anslinger, and he gets about 4 yards. If you need a new front door, Linsing Building Specialties sells and installs a wide variety of exterior doors. Learn more at linsingbuildingspecialties.com. 2nd and goal.
Pipe's initial hit there on Anslinger has given 4 on the pass completion.
Tigers' first score came from an 11-yard touchdown run from Donovan Baker. He lines up to the left hip of Petke. Horning also in the backfield. From the 6, jet sweep. Elsterman turns it inside, makes a man miss, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown Tigers. It is Luke Elsterman, the junior, 13-0.
Nice job. Same play the other way with Elsperman getting it. Anslinger did it the first time. Good job by Elsperman. Gets it, cuts it up, gets it in there for his 6th passing reception of the year. He was 6th in scoring in the SIC coming in.
Yeah, so 6 receiving score for Elsterman. That goes down as a pass, and now Barrett will kick the PAT. Made his first kick, and looks like he makes his second kick. So 14-0 Tigers. About 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Glad you're with us here on IndianaSRN.
Support the local economy and save more when you shop at the Pet Food Center. We have over 6,000 pet-related items for dogs, cats, birds, fish, reptiles, turtles, rabbits, hamsters, gerbils, and more. Anything you want for your pet, we've got it. Includes full lines of the best pet food, bird seed, a full line of heated pet products, pet clothing, toys, and more. Walk in, curbside pickup, shop online, and free local delivery.
Anything you want for your pet, we've got it. The Pet Food Center.
Why do our students love Wrights Memorial?
Because our academics prepare students to succeed in college and in life.
I believe in educating our students to their highest potential. I believe in creating a welcoming, faith-based learning environment. And I believe a memorial education is the foundation for a bright future.
Explore the endless possibilities at Wrights Memorial.
Tigers scoring drive brought to you by Simplicity Furniture. They go 6 plays, 59 yards, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 6-yard touchdown pass from Petke to Elsterman makes it 14-0 Tigers after the Barrett PAT. We mentioned for Elsterman his 6th receiving score of the year, and for Will Petke, that is his 2nd touchdown pass.
Yeah, the senior doing all the right things in there for Matthew Fisher. As getting a tandem with Baker and Horning filling in for Porter Road.
There's a kickoff from Barrett. This is a squib kick. Rolling around, and the Warriors just fall on it at the 26-yard line. Let's check on some scores elsewhere on our SIAC scoreboard, which are brought to you by Kipley's. Mater Dei leads Jasper 13-7 in the second quarter. Wright's on top of Central 7-zip. North leads Boise 14-0. Vincennes and Castle. Both teams are 3-1. Both teams tied at 7 at Vincennes.
Michael Jones is the man that fell on it, so a short kick. Harrison 1st and 10 on their own 27.
Again, our scoreboard was brought to you by Kipley's. They are located on the corner of the Lloyd Expressway and Bakey Avenue in Evansville. Join them before or after the game for great food and fun. 8:11 to go, second quarter on the Acute Lawn Landscape scoreboard. Tigers lead 14-0. This will be Harrison's 3rd drive of the night, and it'll come after a timeout. 14-0 Memorial.
That can get you in the career that is right for you. Ivy Tech Community College has over 70 career-focused programs to get you into the job that you want. Ivy Tech offers programs in the latest technologies such as robotics and cybersecurity. Demand for nurses has never been higher. In fact, more nurses have graduated from Ivy Tech than any other college. Take the first step with an affordable education at Ivy Tech Community College. Go to ivytech.edu for more information and to apply now.
For 95 years, Zimmer Funeral Home has been committed to providing peace of mind at a difficult time. Our family has proudly served the Evansville community since 1927. As we enter into our 4th generation era, our professional and caring staff works hard creating meaningful ceremonies to meet the special needs of each family. We are proud to celebrate 95 years of business in the Tri-State. Zimmer Funeral Home is honored to help comfort families during their time of need. Thank you for trusting our family with your family.
Zimmer Funeral Home has served the Tri-State for over 95 years. Zimmer is honored to comfort families during a time of need, and they look forward to serving local families for generations to come. Harrison had to burn a timeout. This will be their third offensive drive of the night. They moved the ball relatively well. First drive went 12 plays. Turnover on downs at the Tigers' 25-yard line. Their last drive went 10 plays. It was a pick from McGuire, the Tigers' defense, at the 41, and we'll see if they can convert here on drive number 3, which starts from their own 27-yard line. On play action. Knapp still rolling. He has some room to run. He'll take off past the 30, and then he is tugged down from behind. Broshear is breathing down his neck. What a nice run there for Rylan Knapp.
Knapp did a good job. That's second time that the Tigers defense has really broken contain, and really from the middle of field to the sidelines. Broshear was one-on-one with Knapp, and he picks up good yardage.
Looks like one of the Warriors a bit banged up. The quarterback Knapp maybe kind of limping over toward the near sideline. Hopefully he's okay.
Or the referees want him to be out for one play, so I'm guessing we'll see Deshaun Brown back in.
We saw Deshaun Brown the first handful of plays in the opening drive, then they switched off to Rylan Knapp.
Looking on the lineup, a lot of juniors, Jevin, on this Harrison Warrior team that are playing out on the field. So they might be a year away.
That run from Knapp went for 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the Harrison 32-yard line. And there you see Brown trotting back toward the huddle. He better hurry up, though. Down to 10 seconds of the play clock. They break the huddle quickly. Play clock at 2. Does Brown realize it? He does. Brown wants to run. And a good tackle there by linebacker Alex Broshears, number 1 in tackles on this Tigers defense. He came in with 43 tackles through 4 weeks.
Not only number 1 on Memorial, but number 1 in the Southern Indiana Athletic Conference. And he's showing why tonight he is there. We have yet to have a punt. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. Tigers, if they have to punt tonight, will have a new punter with both Fisher and Rode out tonight. No gain on that last play, so it's 3rd and 5 for the Warriors. Ball at their own 32-yard line. Deshaun Brown still in there at quarterback for a second straight play. He's looking to throw. Fires one near sideline, and the pass is batted away. Coming from the backside and getting his paw in there was Jake Lively. Good play by the junior safety, and it's 4th and 5. I think Harrison was maybe wanting pass interference, some contact before the ball got there, but no flag. Here's a look at it once again.
That was close.
Climbed his back a bit. So 4th and 5, Mike just alluded to it. We have not seen a punt yet tonight. This would be a bit risky going for it from your own 32-yard line. And I think Coach Sutton is going to think about it some more as he uses his second timeout of the first half. So we'll find out about his decision when we come back here on IndianaSRN.
Licensed Sports Official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter @IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now @IndianaSRN.
Well, Coach Sutton trying to decide what he wants to do here on 4th and 5 from his own 32-yard line. Memorial leading 14-0. We were discussing off the air. Warriors don't have a whole lot to lose. I mean, you're trailing 14-0. Tigers have scored relatively easy on their first 2 drives, and you're 0-4, so maybe roll the dice a bit.
And look for Brown to Brooks Thomas. That worked early on in the ball game, utilizing that 6'7" size for Thomas. Again, the leading receiver coming in, and I think Harrison might be down to their third punter, just like the Tigers are.
So they haven't really thrown to Brooks Thomas outside their opening drive, which it was successful. The 2 throws toward him. We'll see if
they've been kind of shading a second defender his way. He's in the slot to the right.
It'll be 4th and 5. Deshaun Brown will fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself. He picks up the first down. Aggressive running from the 6'2" junior Deshaun Brown. He got past the 40-yard line and easily picks up the first down. Good run.
Splits the 2 defenders. Lively comes up with the stop, but good second effort, good first down. Here's the replay. Looks like gets through, breaks a couple of tacklers between McGuire and Lively, and a fresh set of downs. Just the second first down rushing for Harrison.
4 wide receivers set here.
Good play call.
Running back is Reed next to Brown, and Reed gets the call. Tries to break to the outside. It's going to come back with a hold. Our white hat nailed that one. So it'll be 1st and long now.
Tanner Grease on the stop, but they'll back it up. Third penalty for 35 yards against Harrison.
.6:54 to go here in the half. Tigers leading 14-0. You're talking during the break. There hasn't been many possessions either side. Both teams have had the football for lengthy amounts. Tigers have cashed in twice, though. This will be 1st and 21. Deshaun Brown hands off again to Cordavion Reed. And Reed scoots outside that right hash mark. He gains a few. It'll still be 2nd and long.
Reese and Hawkins on the stop, short gain.
I still would expect in this situation, but 2nd and long, 3rd and long, you take a shot to Thomas. I know you alluded to it a few plays ago that he has been double teamed. They're shading another defender toward him, but as we mentioned, that first catch, he's 6'7", just throw it up to him. Might not matter.
And Brown throws a nice football and good speed. And while we're showing on there on that first down run.
Halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, they widen out the 2 outside linebackers. Only Brashear's really between the defensive ends.
Deshaun Brown just chucks it far sideline. Oh, they had space, but he leads his receiver just a bit too far. That was Addison Thomas, the freshman, who had separation over there.
He was open. Nice ball. Just didn't connect.
So now it's 3rd and 20.
Might want to come back with that same play. Beats the defender. Utilizing that speed. Was pulling away, but just kind of look at that. See where Alex Brashears was? He was 20 yards downfield from his middle linebacker spot.
Yep. We said it before. He is all over the place.
Sideline to sideline.
Under pressure, Donovan Baker flies in and picks up the sack. Brown was dumped quickly, and now we might have our first punt of the night.
Donovan Baker comes up with the 3rd sack of the year as Deshaun Brown just could not get his feet set as here's the replay.
Never had time. So I believe that's a 2nd sack for the Tigers defense tonight. As good as the defense has been through 4 weeks, it's not a defense that picks up a lot of sacks. So the first punt return of the night, the Tigers have 2 guys back. That is Dylan Kendrick and also Luke Elsterman. Baker almost blocked that punt. Shorter kick, fair catch called by Elsterman at the 49-yard line. And that is where the Tigers offense will take over.
28-yard punt.
And thanks to Mel K, they're a sponsor of tonight's broadcast. For all your commercial, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing needs at Mel K. Big projects, big solutions.
Well, Harrison had the ball a lot of plays. How many in that drive?
It was 7 plays.
7 plays.
Felt like more with penalties, but yeah.
And they picked up yardage, but penalties cost them. And it was a net yard of 0 on the possession. They started on their own 27. They kicked it away. The Tigers are in great field position on their own 49.
Tigers 15 offensive plays. Harrison 29. But Memorial leads 14-0. Petke on play action. He was in some trouble in the backfield, and then the slinging action from the defender actually took him back to the line of scrimmage. So after all that, no gain.
Yeah, fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage there.
Play action play was pretty slow developing. So no gain, 2nd and 10. They put Elshman out to the far side. Near side of your screen here is Luke Dockery. And Petke with a pitch left side for Horning, looking for a block. Horning 45-yard line and moving quickly into Harrison territory. Down to about the 42-yard line. Appears to be 1 yard shy of the first down, so Horning gains 9.
Took a page out of Harrison that time, Jevin, as they were able to make the corner. And a quick toss there by Petke, and gets it out to Horning and picks up good yardage.
Tigers came in averaging just 62 yards on the ground per game. They have been better tonight in that category. 3rd and short.
Same formation now to the other side. They might run the same play the other way.
Just a handoff to Horning, and Horning is short of the first down. Needed just a yard. Got back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down, and I'd imagine the Tigers will keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, Brown also another stop. He's doing it on both sides of the ball. Deshaun Brown, as they're going to look and measure.
I believe so. So they'll bring out the chains, and with 3:21 left on the Acute Lawn & Landscape scoreboard, I'll remind you that Acute Lawn & Landscape will help with the design and installation of your landscaping project. Need help removing those annoying fall leaves? They also offer leaf cleanup. Call 812-455-7400 or search Acute Lawn & Landscape on Facebook. Your yard can look sharp with Acute Lawn and Landscape.
Well, the key is no turnovers, as Harrison has the 1, but Memorial none. Harrison's playing a good offensive game. They just don't have points on the board.
Right.
Well, the Tigers are 2 for 2 in possessions. You can't get any money than that, and that's a first down.
It is. Watching that play in live action, didn't think he got enough, but after the spot, they say it's a first down.
7th first down rushing, 1 by penalty. No first downs via the pass. So a fresh set of downs. What do we got? 3:21 to go before halftime. I'm sure Coach John Hurley would like to get it down under a minute and get 6 more on the board.
It's the old Bill Belichick specialty. Score at the end of the half and then get the ball to start half number 2.
That's right. Elsperman, one-on-one coverage here down at the bottom of the screen.
I haven't really seen the Tigers take a shot deep down the field yet tonight. Again, backup quarterback at the start of the year, Will Petke, in for the injured Fisher. Well, he crow hops, throws it across the middle. It's picked off. This could be trouble for the Tigers. This is Brooks on the return, stays on his feet, and Brooks is brought down at the 40-yard line. That is the second interception thrown by Will Petke of the season. Boy, he crow-hopped and threw a heater across the middle, and it's picked off by Xavier Brooks.
Brooks comes up with a great interception, overthrow, picks it off on the 26, and he just accelerates.
That was intended for Simon Schultz. Had 0 chance to leap and catch that pass. Well, so the tables have flipped a bit. Now the Warriors will try to get a score here before the end of the first half. They start in Tigers territory at the 40. By the way, that is just the second turnover for the Tigers all season long.
And let's see if Harrison can take advantage of it. 3:04 to go. Harrison, their second deepest penetration. They got to the 25, their first possession of the Memorial.
They stay with Deshaun Brown at quarterback. Rylan Knapp had left the game last drive with some sort of injury. He's not back in yet, and it's a false start against the Warriors before this drive starts. So it'll be 1st and 15. We hope you stick with us for our halftime show, brought to you by Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt. Tucker Smith will have the halftime show. We'll talk with Joe Kiefer. I believe steak night is tomorrow night. That'll be the topic of discussion.
Oh, you've got to go to the steak night. My goodness. You get some good food, good fellowship, and the weather's going to be perfect. What else can you want to do on Saturday night tomorrow? It'll be over at Memorial High School.
Deshaun Brown fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he is greeted by, guess who? Linebacker Alex Broshears. Short gain of a few. Real quick, though, Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt is a go-to spot for that afternoon sweet treat or refreshing snack. Variety of self-serve frozen yogurt flavors, endless toppings, real fruit smoothies, made-to-order shakes, and holiday cakes. Satisfy that sweet tooth of yours at Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt, 701 North Burkhart Road in Evansville.
Nice run by Brown because he was able to fall forward for a couple of yards. And without Alex Broshear in the middle there, he had a lot of green in front of him.
2nd and 14 now for Harrison. Deshaun Brown looks near side, quick throw, incomplete. Here comes the flag. And it'll be a pass interference against the Tigers. Looked like some contact before the ball got there.
And that'll give them their second first down via the penalty. They'll go from the 38
to the 28.
28.
And that is a first down for Harrison, so they get out of a bit of a hole after the delay of game penalty to start the drive. Harrison with just over 2 minutes to work with. They do have one timeout in their back pocket. Their 4 wide receivers set. Got to watch out for is Brooks Thomas lined up to the right.
They got him covered short and long.
Deshaun Brown looking that way, steps in the pocket, just throws it down the field. It's another interception for Jeremiah McGuire. His second of the night. He comes near side of the 25, still on his feet, shy of the 30-yard line. But it's the second interception of the night for the senior, Jeremiah McGuire. The Tigers are going to have a crack at it here with just under 2 minutes to go before halftime.
They were looking for Brooks Thomas. Brown threw a nice ball, but it sailed on him. And Nichols was covering short. McGuire deep, goes up high, catches it on the 8-yard line, and brings it out to the Tigers' 29. So a 21-yard return.
10 interceptions for the Tigers' defense this year. It's their 12th takeaway. And now they will work the hurry-up offense here. 1:51 to go. They do have all 3 timeouts. Late guy coming back on the field. Play clock is down to 10. Hopefully they'll have to burn one here. Looks like that was Connor O'Donohue who was hustling back on. They get lined up. Petke, who just threw a pick on the last drive. Quick out pass to Elstrom, but not much there, as he is brought down quickly by Deshaun Brown.
He'll lose yardage.
So Deshaun Brown just threw that pick, makes a good defensive play. Loss of a yard. Tigers don't appear to be in too big of a rush here. From their own 27-yard line. Running back is Horning. Petke, they set the screen, pass coming back for it. Elshman catches 30-yard line, 35 to the 40. There's their specialty, the wide receiver screen pass. That'll get the drive going a bit. Elshman near the first down stick. We're inside of a minute.
Zach Zebri on the stop.
And it is a first down for the Tigers.
First down via the pass.
Clock never stopped, though. Clock was running the whole time.
Let's see if the Tigers staff
they lost
get the attention on that one.
They lost about 15 seconds. Clock moves once again down to 35 seconds. I don't know how nobody noticed that, but yeah, I think we just did.
Somebody up in the stands is watching us here on IndianaSRN on their phone, and they yelled down the coach early, and they said, let's talk about it, huh? Do you think that happened?
Make us feel good, but
all right,
I highly doubt it. So it was at 55 seconds when he got the first down, when he got brought down to the ground. And right now the game clock is down to 28 seconds. Again, Coach Hurley has all 3 timeouts still to work with and a pretty good field goal kicker in Pate Barrett. So they put 45 seconds up on the clock.
All right. You might want to be just satisfied going into the locker room 14-0.
Well, empty backfield, 5 wide. Petke pump fakes. Now he throws it, and it's batted down to the line of scrimmage. He was trying to collaborate with Luke Elsterman. Petke got happy feet there, and it is now second down.
Yeah, the defensive end or defensive tackle, I didn't see it. Was able to get the pass deflection. Big thing on that play, it stops the clock.
So it's 2nd and 10. Two teams have swapped interceptions in their last 2 drives. Tigers trying to get a score here before the halftime break. The second down pass from Petke across the middle. Beautiful delivery. Luke Elsterman in stride to the 25-20. And he is brought down to the 15-yard line. Clock will stop there with the first down. 31 seconds. Tigers still have all 3 timeouts. Boy, that was a missile from Petke.
And what do I know? Coach Hurley says we're going for it from the 39 all the way down, and they mark it inside the 20 at the 16.
And they are inside the Peace of Mind red zone. There's that replay. I mean, right across letters in stride.
45-yard pickup.
Petke throws incomplete. That was toward Luke Dockery, and it's second down, 17 seconds to go.
All right, we're going to watch that replay again. Chuck Levine gets us a second chance. Good protection over the middle. Elsterman beats the defenders and then accelerates and couldn't get away from a couple of defenders out there. That was Brooks along with Jones.
Well, again, if you didn't have timeouts left, 17 seconds, you'd think, hey, it needs to be a passing play, but you really can run whatever you want here with all those timeouts.
Yeah, 45-yard hookup. Elsterman showing why he's the number 2 man in all of 4A in receptions.
Flags before the snap. And it is delay game.
Oh, my. Well, each team now with 3 penalties. The Tigers with 30 and the Warriors with 35. That'll mark them back. No more yards gained. This would be a 37-yarder.
Yeah, I mentioned
on a field goal.
I mentioned earlier Barrett, a good kicker. He's made a 28-yard field goal this year. I would say that's about his range, 35-ish to 38 yards, at least from what we've seen the first 2 years. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the Harrison 20.
Elsterman one-on-one coverage.
Petke's pass goes toward that back pylon, and it is over the head of Elsterman. There was a couple of Tigers in the area, along with Elsterman was Dockery. So now you're looking at 3rd and 15, 11 seconds.
Not quite sure if one or both of the receivers wasn't going on the route that Coach Hurley wanted. I'll have to talk to him after the game and find out. Here it is. So you got 2 receivers are real close to each other. That helps the defenders.
Air traffic control messed up. On 3rd down, Petke looking right. He throws over here near side. Catch is made at the 5-yard line by Simon Schultz. It's 1st and goal with 5 seconds. The Tigers will take a timeout here. Boy, what a catch, and Schultz was stuck by the defender after the catch.
Xavier Brooks did a nice job coverage there, preventing 6 more points on the board for the Tigers. And we've got a timeout. We'll keep it here as Petke throws a nice ball there. Schultz catches it on the high end all the way down to the 4-yard line. So the Tigers with 1 play. Do you take the 3 or do you go for the 6? That's what we're going to find out.
Can he run one more play in 5 seconds?
I don't know.
A quick hitter toward the goal line?
Well, we'll find that out too. these schools, Memorial and Harrison both, they work on the 2-minute drill all the way, and they come up with their plays, and the coaches in the preparation for Friday night, they say, okay, what's our goal line play? What's our goal line defense? So it's not a decision right now here at Friday evening. It's a decision that made earlier on. So we'll find out what maybe that decision is, or maybe they're just coming up with the play that's been working well that we've seen so far in the contest.
Might be a good thing you're at home too with that clock operator, right? You can have a slow finger on the snap.
No, I don't think so. That never happens. All
right, so here we go. We got Horning to the left of Petke.
Elsperman in a slot to the left, short slot to the left.
From the 5-yard line. Petke has to get rid of it quickly. He throws back pylon too far. And there is 1 second left, and now we'll have a field goal attempt.
They did. You were right. They get it off in 4 seconds. So, and with the ball at the 4, you add 17 yards. So it's going to be a 21-yarder. I guess maybe they'll back it up 22.
As we joked about the slow finger, that was a legit 4 seconds, though. So with 1 second left on the clock, this will be a short field goal for Pate Barrett. 3 for 4 on field goal tries. Bit of a high snap, and the kick was good, but the flag came before the snap, so maybe some movement from the Tigers, which would make it a 20. Well, actually, it might be against Harrison the way it looks.
And you bring the offense back out. It'd be half the distance. It's against Harrison. They blew the whistle before the snap. If it's half the distance, you might see the offense back out there.
Well, it is half the distance. And so Barrett will stay on the field and kick again. Tigers had made that kick, so
this will be a 20-yarder now.
Yep. Again, Barrett 3 for 4 on field goal attempts this year.
Schultz the hold, Brashear's the snap.
And the kick is good from Barrett. So the Tigers defense gets an interception. They take it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Then the penalty against the Warriors sets up a short field goal for Pate Barrett. And the Tigers will take a 3-possession lead into the locker room. 17-0 Memorial, trying to move to 5-0 in the season on homecoming night here at Inlow Field. Our halftime show is up next.
That was actually
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Halftime here at Inlow Field. Memorial gets a field goal as time expires from 20 yards out. It was a 9-play, 69-yard drive at minute 51. Barrett makes it 17-0 Memorial. We recap the scoring in the entire first half. Tigers scored first with 2:57 left in the first quarter. It was a 9-play, 75-yard drive, capped off by an 11-yard touchdown run from Donovan Baker. It took 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Then Memorial made it 14-0, just over 8 minutes to go in the second quarter after a 6-play, 59-yard drive, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. A 6-yard touchdown pass from Petke to Elsterman. And as I just mentioned, that 20-yard field goal from Barrett makes it 17-0 Memorial here at halftime. Well, Mike, I tell you what, if you're Harrison, I know you're down 17-0, but you have to feel fairly well with how you played offensively. I mean, their first two drives, they went 12 plays all the way down to the 25-yard line, turned it over on downs. Their next drive, they went 10 plays, had a pick right around the 40-yard line, so they moved the ball well, just haven't been able to cash in.
And a couple of turnovers, pass interceptions by the Tigers. Of course, the Harrison defense, they came up with a interception as well. But they were able to bog down those last couple of possessions. Only got them unofficially 83 yards offense in that first half. And that last drive, 69 yards by the Tigers in that last 151, puts them over 200, 211 I have for them as well. First downs, Memorial with 10, Harrison with 7. A good offensive drive, as you talked about. The penalties fairly even, 3 for 30 from Memorial, 4 for 37 for the Harrison Warriors. So time of possession really looking. Harrison had it 1 second less than 14 minutes. The Tigers 1 second more than 10.
This is our Orange Leaf halftime show. Orange Leaf frozen yogurt is your go-to spot for that afternoon sweet treat or refreshing snack. Variety of self-serve frozen yogurt flavors, endless toppings, real fruit smoothies, made-to-order shakes, and holiday cakes. Satisfy that sweet tooth of yours at Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt, 701 North Burkhart Road in Evansville. Coming up next in our halftime show, Tucker Smith will chat with Joe Kiefer as the state night event is tomorrow at Memorial High School. They'll talk about that next as the Tigers lead the Warriors 17-0 here at halftime on IndianaSRN.
Hold those spots up. You want to run a clock.
The second representative for the junior class is Mila Elise Browning.
This is
Mila is the daughter of Tyrone Browning and Sherry Hill.
checking the cash.
Manuel is the son of K-Snell and Yvette Jean. And finally, here are the senior king and queen candidates for the class of 2023. The first candidate.
Hello and welcome back to Inlow Field. This is your Orange Leaf halftime show. For watching Tiger football on IndianaSRN. I'm Tucker Smith alongside Joe Kiefer here, president of Memorial's Booster Club. Joe, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for having me tonight, Tuck.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of stuff happening with Booster Club this year. You and I are both pretty involved with Booster Club and happy to have you along here with us. So tell us what, I guess first introduce yourself a little bit to those that don't know you, what you do for Booster Club, and kind of how you got involved with it.
Yeah, so thanks. So I am our Booster Club president, Joe Kiefer II. Been involved for, my gosh, I don't take count on the years very well, but I have always been really passionate about being involved with Memorial when I came back to Evansville from coaching to now with Booster Club. But really this kind of transition from my uncle, Chris, who was Booster Club president for a long time, or involved in, we call them the OGs, had been involved with Booster Club and creating Steak Night with Mike Sills and Randy Foles. And they had kind of done their time and handed it off to me and Drew Meyer several years ago, and that's where it all started. And we're looking to add some new energy and expand things, and we've significantly increased the size of our board as well, which includes you.
Yep, absolutely. And this is now what, our second year, third year already with that expanded executive board, and it's been great to kind of get some fresh blood. Of course, we always are appreciative of all those guys that put in all the time and set that groundwork up for everything that we have here at Memorial with the Booster Club and everything else. Obviously, we just kind of copy their playbook for a lot of that stuff, and we just kind of try to help improve it and revitalize it and try to make it a little bit better every year. And it's been great to be involved on that aspect. And of course, Booster Club's such an important part of Memorial Athletics and Memorial High School, and I think it's been a great partnership, which I know is something that you wanted to talk about anyways, with the partnership of the school and Booster Club and the new admin team and everything else.
Yeah, I definitely want to highlight this. The Booster Club traditionally, and definitely started this way, as individuals who aren't part of Memorial in terms of staff, right? We're not employees. We're not a part of the athletic department. We're not teachers. Drew and I work outside of this. We volunteer 100%. And that's where it's important for Memorial High School, the administration, to say, hey, we trust people, we trust individuals in the Memorial community to have some ownership and to lead with some ideas that aren't a part of that employed circle. And that is, since I've been there, grown significantly, and I think what's led to all this new energy that's involved within Booster Club.
Absolutely. And I think some of the cool things that we've implemented here in the last couple of years, like our Booster Club events that we have at Venue 812, we obviously want to thank them for their support that they help us out with at these Booster Club events, have these coaches meetings. And it's nice to kind of get that personal side from the coaches. You know, we see them on the court or on the field or on the track, whatever it may be, coaching these kids, but we don't really see that personal side from them. So it's nice to have those events, and we've been pretty successful with those events too. The last couple of years, we've had really good turnout from the Memorial community and friends and alumni and everything else. So if you haven't heard about those or haven't been to those events yet, keep an eye out on our social media pages, emails, or if you just want to know how to get involved, let us know, because there's plenty of opportunity to get involved with Booster Club and volunteers and everything else.
Yeah, I love the coaches nights or the fall sports booster night. I love the aspect of exactly what you're talking about. You got the coach during the game, you see them on the field or the track or the court, and they're in coach mode. And then you get to see that other side of them on the in that evening where they're talking to people, telling us stories, to see the other side, behind the curtains, so to say. I love that, and the partnership with Venue 812 has been fantastic. It's been a great location, great food, great drinks. I love the fact that we've been able to bring that back, something that existed years and decades ago, right? And to bring that back and to have that camaraderie and the amount of people that we've had showed up, it's not necessarily the same old group too. We've seen different faces, and we had a fantastic coach. We had a lot of coaches. For this fall event, pretty much every team was represented.
Yeah, I think every team was represented between girls soccer and volleyball and girls golf and tennis. I'm sure I'm missing track was there as well, cross country.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a huge turnout from the coaches, and I know, the fans, the Booster Club members, they love seeing those coaches there. So we appreciate everything that all the coaches do, because it's a big time commitment from all these coaches. And I always joke that the coaches do it for the money, right? So
yeah, and where I would encourage people to get out to these events, because we'll have a winter one, we'll have a spring one, but something that stuck out for me was Coach Linsing, Angie, right? They had one of the best teams in the country last year, and they're still good. They're still great this year.
Yep.
But the transition of being the best in the country to where they're at now in those growing pains, to hear, again, like you get an idea or a sense or you see how they perform on the field, but to hear her get emotional about where they're at now versus where they were last year and where they can be at the end of the season, I just loved hearing. I loved hearing from all of them, but that really stood out for me, and I would say would be a reason. That's the reason why the vibe that she gave is the reason why people should come out to those coaches' evenings and listen to what they have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. And even after the coaches are done, I want people to understand that haven't been to those events, that it's not just coaches standing up on a podium and talking the entire time, right?
Correct. Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on at those events of just people hanging out and talking about what they're excited about for the year, for the season, and you get a sense of seeing all of these different sports teams and all of these different fans for all the different sports, because I know myself, I'm not able to be at every event, right? So it's nice to be able to talk to those other people and kind of see, what's going on with their sport or anything else. So
good.
So I know another big thing that we want to talk about is some of the things that Booster Club's helped out with this year, as far as just where that money goes. Obviously money from season passes or donations or corporate sponsorships. All of this stuff kind of funnels into Booster Club. Obviously, people want to know where that money goes out to. So
a lot of paint this year.
A lot of paint, which is kind of a theme of the school this year too. But I tell you what, it's amazing what a fresh coat of paint can do just to be able to kind of put a facelift, if you will, on a school, especially on the interior. It just brightens everything up. We've kind of gone with a color palette of white and blue this year, and things look great. The athletic hallway has been painted. The locker rooms have been painted. And if you get a chance, come out to Memorial, take a tour of the school and see what's new. And I think I want to let people know that it's just a start. This is literally just a start of what's to come to update the school, and we want to talk about that.
And the paint's real. Like we did spend a lot on paint this year, but they were important items, and that's not the only thing. The main part of a lot of this is let's increase our give back to help that hidden cost, right? And if you read the letters or see what we put out, we talk about this a lot, but it's because it's important. Covering that hidden cost for the parents and the student athlete to go to Memorial, and we've done. I don't have we don't have Drew here with us, our treasurer, but we put quite a bit of money back in those covering practice packs and covering some of those costs to just participate in the sport.
Sure.
And additionally, the one I'm really proud about is we all know what inflation's done, and we had a $1,000 scholarship, which was nice, but we've been able to triple that.
Yep, Don Pink scholarship.
Yep. And Tucker, we've been able to, in something like that's going to happen in the future, is there's been some sponsorships or scholarships out there that kind of went dormant,
sure,
right? And we're going to be able, with the funding that we've done, start those back up again.
Yeah, and that's exciting because these kids work so hard, whether it be in school or athletics or whatever it may be, and we want to make sure they're rewarded for the hard work that they put into it. So these scholarships are a huge part of that. The practice packs, like you talked about, those covering those hidden costs of sporting events at Memorial. We never want the financial side of it to be the reason why someone doesn't play a sport, right?
Correct.
And that's where Booster Club has really been able to help out. Lots of other events going on, but the big one, obviously, that everybody probably wants to hear about is Steak Night. And that's tomorrow night. It's our biggest event of the year, biggest fundraising event that we have, and let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I would call this our signature fundraiser.
Yeah, there you go.
Our signature fundraiser. We've currently sold over 1,000 tickets, and we ordered enough steak, and we do have some chicken and pork chops for people that aren't red meat eaters. But yeah, I mean, this is an amazing event. There's a lot of social aspect to it. Obviously, it's a fundraiser for the school, so keep in mind when you're coming, we want you to spend money on the silent auction, right? We want you to participate in the other add-on cost events that occur. But we do have live music this year. Again, the On Tap project, which the drummer for that is Dakar Baker.
Yeah.
And he graduated in 2013.
Yep, with me.
Yep, 2013. And there's a group of 4 of them. So their guitarist is Theo Akai. He happens to be a buddy of mine, and he has some songs on some major television shows, actually. One of his newest ones is on the Surviving Bear Grylls.
Okay,
right?
Nice.
Yeah. So, there's some talent that's going to be there tomorrow that's going to be fun to listen to. We're going to have a picture wall that, Tucker, I think you've been a big piece of getting that together. And then silent auction, right? The silent auction, it's been posted online. It's online this year, not just old school paper format. So if you aren't able to make it, you can get on social media where it's already a live auction. Do you have the? Do you want to give that?
Yeah, if you just want to go on our Twitter page or our Facebook page, I've posted on all of our social media websites. The link is on there. It's through one cause called Bid Pal. Yep. But it's all online this year, which I'm really excited about just because now we're able to connect with all those alumni that maybe are out of town that can't come in town for steak night. So we will ship those items to you. So if you do purchase those items, we'll ship them. There's some really cool items I'm excited about.
Over 100.
Over 100 items this year, and there's some really cool sports memorabilia that's on there. There's some really cool packages. There's a really cool golf trip if anybody wants to play at Pete Dye. I understand there's a trip to French Lick, which will be really cool.
Plugging the golf in, Tucker.
I'm plugging the golf in there a little bit. I'm actually just trying to talk my wife into letting me pay for it. So so hopefully I don't want to talk too much about that. I don't want people bidding on that one. But
over 100 items, and honestly, I'll admit I've got like 5 more fun ones to still add.
Perfect. Perfect.
So it's a growing list as a few more items. And another thing that I think is really cool is we posted it online, and I had people reach out to me saying, "Hey, I would like to participate in this and donate an item."
Awesome.
For whatever reason we weren't able to connect, and we were going to facilitate that. They're going to add items. So
the cool thing is, you can go on, you can actually watch an item or favorite an item on there. So you can watch it all night long, and it is a silent auction. So put in your high bid on there, and whoever has the highest bid at the end of the night will be the winner of it. So.
I may have already done that.
I may have done a couple as well. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that part because that is a new aspect of it, and then. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about our late night snack option this year, which is kind of cool. I want to thank Donato's Pizza for everything that they've done this year. They're donating all of the pizza for us this year. So they're a big partnership to us, but we will have pizza for sale, kind of a late night snack for folks after they've been partaking in some fun activities there at steak night. So that'll be fun for everybody. Of course, if you don't eat steak, we'll have pizza available too for you guys. So. Lots of things going on at steak night tomorrow. There's a lot of things going on at Memorial this weekend in general because that's one of the cool things that we've done this year is combine steak night with our whole homecoming alumni weekend, if you will. So, of course, we have the homecoming game tonight, and then tomorrow morning there's all kinds of soccer games going on, so go and watch that. If you get a chance and you don't want to watch soccer and you want to watch golf, girls' golf sectionals will be tomorrow. That's where I'll be all day. In the morning at least. So come out to Fender Golf Course and cheer on some of the Lady Tigers in their golf sectionals. And then tomorrow night, of course, we have steak night. So we want to thank everybody that's already bought tickets to steak night. There will be tickets available at the gate. If you haven't had a chance to do it, you can still buy them online as well. Pick up your tickets there. But lots of things going on, lots of exciting things for Booster Club. And Joe, we appreciate everything that you do for Memorial and anything else you want to finish us out with?
No, I want to circle back on where we talked about this alumni weekend, homecoming, same weekend as steak night. This is something that I really want to highlight, where the school is working together with the volunteers to just make the most amazing event that we can possibly make. And that's a testament to the community that we're a part of and the Memorial tradition. So I love that. We wouldn't be able to put on the event without the school support, and here we are, and I'm excited to see all you guys tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Joe. I appreciate it again for everything that you do. Come join us tomorrow night at steak night. We will have alumni mass at 4 o'clock and then dinner served right after that. So before we go, I'm going to give you some SIAC score updates. The Jasper Wildcats are up on the Mater Dei Wildcats 21-13. We have the Castle Knights are losing to the Vincennes Alice's 7-19. And then we have, let's see, the Wrights Panthers are putting it to the Central Bears 69-7 before half. So that's no surprise there on that score, but obviously that's a running clock going on the rest of the game. So you're watching IndianaSRN Football, Tiger Sports Network here. We appreciate everything that you do for us. Orange Leaf Halftime Show.
Harvey here at Hyundai of Evansville. We love this community and we love these hot deals that we are offering. Like low prices on the new 23 Santa Fe's, now getting an additional $2,500 rebate when you finance with Hyundai Motor Finance and get 3-year free maintenance and America's best warranty.
So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, stop in and let us show you some love.
Right here at Hyundai of Evansville, where credit is never a deal breaker.
Where nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Why do our students love Wrights Memorial?
Because I can grow stronger on the field and in my faith. I believe in my teammates. I believe in my classmates. And through Christ, I believe I can accomplish anything.
Come live your faith at Wrights Memorial.
All right, huge thanks to Joe Kiefer and Tucker Smith for the halftime show, brought to you by Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt here on the Acute Lawn Landscape scoreboard. 17-0 Tigers as we're just about to get set for quarter number 3. Tigers offense will get it first out of the halftime break, but if you're just tuning in, you missed the first half, you'd see the score 17-0, but I really thought Harrison played all right.
Sure they did. They rolled up 83 yards of offense, most of that in the first 2 possessions, but a couple of turnovers gave opportunities for the Tigers to score 10 points, and as a result, that's why it's 70-0. And again, thank you for all of our sponsors this game here tonight and all season long. Our season sponsors, our in-game sponsors, and our ad logo sponsors. Certainly we'd appreciate everyone to use their goods and services, and a big thank you to them. And also a big thank you to the 2 schools tonight. For the Harrison Warriors, Superintendent David Smith, and Tamara Skinner as the principal, Athletic Director Andre Thomas, Head Football Coach Mo Sutton, and Kathy Agent getting us all the various information, stats, and so forth. And of course, at Memorial, always, each and every week, Christian Mossick, the president, Aaron Schmidt, the principal, Athletic Director Chad Dockery, Head Coach John Hurley, and Assistant Patty Van. And of course, we couldn't do it all at all. With Chuck Levine and Daniel Thacker. Chuck, our producer and cameraman extraordinaire, Daniel Thacker, giving us these great pictures. But the guy you've just heard at halftime with Joe Kiefer, Tucker Smith, the Director of Marketing and Communication, doing a great job helping out at halftime and coordinating everything and keeping all of us here on the broadcast team on the straight and narrow. So big thank you to everyone, and a big thank you to all of our listeners. You know, we've got a lot of loyal listeners, and a couple that I know I talk at church after every Sunday. You know, Mary and Bob Titzer, we talk about the ball game, and Ken and Martha Dilger, and we talk about the ball game. But you know, there's all kinds of people that are listening. We want to thank you from the bottom of our heart, because without you, we wouldn't be able. We weren't going to do this, and as a result, looking forward to carrying on not only tonight but the rest of the year.
This is week 5 of the season. Looking ahead for both these teams. For the Tigers next week, it's a road game at Bosse, but it's back here at Enlow Field. Bosse will be the home team. Then week 7, Memorial is at Wrights. Week 8, the Tigers will be home against Vincennes. And for the Warriors, their next 3 weeks. Week 6, they're home against Vincennes after playing 3 straight on the road. Week 7, they're at Central, and then Week 8, they are back at home against Mater Dei. As we have touched on, the Tigers will receive the opening kickoff to start the third quarter. Only drive the Tigers did not score on was the one where Petke threw an interception. That was picked off by Xavier Brooks for Harrison. The Tigers defense has 2 takeaways tonight, 2 interceptions by the same guy, and that is Jeremiah McGuire.
As we're going to have Donovan Baker along deep to receive the kick from Quinn, also Quinn McCool. As we're about ready for second half action, Evansville Harrison looking to bounce back from the 17-point deficit. Tigers looking to extend that 17-point lead, and defensively trying to anticipate another shutout. If that happens, it'll be the 3rd of the year. As we're ready for second half action.
Had a nice homecoming ceremony during halftime, and now ready for football again here in quarter number 3. A short squib kick is scooped up at the 25-yard line. Donovan Baker gets past the 40, carrying 2 tacklers as he motors past the 45 to the 47. So good return for Donovan Baker and for the Tigers offense.
Great field position. As again, a squib kick. He got it around the inside the 20 and gets good yardage. You look at the stats all season long. Tigers haven't had a lot of kickoff returns, but most of them have been on the long variety.
Well, the first 2 weeks in their wins against Jasper and North, they had a couple of special teams plays that really sparked them. So the drive starts from the Tigers' 47-yard line. Dockery near side of your screen, Elshman far side. Petke has Horning to his left. And he goes to Horning on the first play of the second half, and he shuffles into Harrison territory to the 48. It's a pickup of 5 for Landon Horning, the junior.
Again, we talked about Horning coming into the game, 12 carries, 58 yards, and it's almost a 5-yard average, and that's what he got. You like being average, and when you coach early would like guys being average when they get 5 yards every carry.
We were talking about that some as, we tape that podcast Tiger Coaches Show each week, and he says, hey, when you're getting 4 or 5 yards a game, you can't go broke making a profit. That's his favorite line. The question from Sam Schultz, who does a great job hosting that with me, was why don't the Tigers throw more down the field? And that's what he alluded to. It's 2nd and 5. Petke now throws, and a juggling catch at around the 40-yard line, and then Elsherman carries it to the 35. That'll go for 13 yards and a Tigers first down.
Deshaun Brown out there, defender. There was one-on-one coverage there. I'm sure that came from the booth to say, hey, let's roll left. That's a tough pass when you're a right-handed thrower. Got to rotate your hips, but Elsperman, again, the top receiver, gets it into Harrison territory. They mark it at the 35. There we go as our replay. Smith spins him around, gives him an extra few yards, or Brown does.
Opening drive of the second half. Tigers have it in Warriors territory. Elshman in motion left to right. The little jet sweep looking for a block. He got it. 30-yard line. And then Elshman is greeted by Deshaun Brown. Good tackle by him. And still goes for a nice chunk for the Tigers. Gain of about 5 on that jet sweep.
If you had to have a list of favorite plays, I think that might be on one of the top of the list there,
Yeah.
That jet sweep. And actually, folks, that is a pass because the quarterback throws it forward. And the reason for that, he's throwing instead of handing it off, because if it gets dropped, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble.
I'd say put the jet sweep 1A and then the wide receiver screen pass 1B.
There you go. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, one-on-one coverage in the secondary on the wide receivers, 2 in the backfield.
Give is to Baker right up the middle, and Baker is greeted by Keyshawn Jordan, and he is dumped just around the 25-yard line. See if he has enough for the first down, waiting for the spot. He does. First down, Tigers.
When you're up 17 and you've got a drive starting the second half, you definitely want to get points on your first possession of the third quarter.
Tigers kicked that field goal, a 20-yard field goal from Baird as time expired in the second quarter to go up 17-0. That was a 9-play, 69-yard drive that took less than 2 minutes after the Tigers had an interception. On play action, Petke steps up in the pocket. Now he takes off running. He got one block, makes a man miss. He's inside the 15-yard line, and then Petke pays the price down at the 9-yard line. Good run for Petke of about 15 yards.
Good hustle there. There's nothing there on the pass. So he turns it upfield and it makes a couple cuts before Seabury and Brown stop him, but not before we're in the red zone.
And they're inside the Peace of Mind red zone. Peace of Mind is an outpatient private practice helping individuals of all ages, couples, and families on their mental health journey. Check them out online to make an appointment at their New Evansville East Side location.
Well,
first and goal from the 9.
Yeah, Petke, again, good average on the carries, picks up good yardage there.
Here is Donovan Baker, and he gets tripped up trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Good job defensively knifing in for the Warriors was Caden Duvall.
So a loss of 2 on that. So far, the 2 Tigers touchdowns tonight have come on the ground. 11-yard run from Baker in the first quarter, and then the pass from Petke to Elsherman early second quarter. Trying to find the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 11. They're going to throw it. Here comes some pressure. He better get rid of it. Petke's in trouble. He starts to move to his right and then just wisely throws the ball out of bounds.
That was supposed to be a screen pass.
There's a flag down right around the 10-yard line.
We might have a hold defensively or maybe a man downfield.
Yep, an eligible man downfield against the Tigers. Boy, Petke had 3 white jerseys just sprinting after him.
And he thought it was 8, probably, because they were coming after him. And he did a great job using his feet to get it away, but Harrison will take that penalty. He'll march him back more.
So Petke has some speed there to get out of the pressure. So they decline the penalty, or do they accept it?
Yeah, they march it back 5. So if
they took it. So it's 2nd and goal from the 16. They take the yard, but the Tigers get an extra down. 4 wide receivers set. Petke, quick pass, goes to the far side and off the fingertips of Elshman. He doesn't drop many passes like that.
Actually, that was tipped by, they had brought Brooks Thomas in at defensive end, and he came away with the deflection with those long arms. Not only is he tall, he's got long arms.
So 3rd down and goal from the 16.
Don't get any more yards, and if they try a field goal, it would be a 33-yarder.
That would be the longest of the year for Pate Barrett. This is still the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Tigers leading 17-0. 4 wide receiver set, balanced to the right and left, Horning the running back. Play clock down to 2 seconds. Petke on 3rd and goal from the 16. He fires one, sliding attempt. Schultz hangs on at the 5-yard line, a pickup of 11. And now you have decision time here, 4th and goal from the 5, up 17.
Well, you're up 3 scores. And if you don't get the touchdown, Harrison's going to have to go at least 95 or a long way. But they're coming in with a field goal.
So here's a look at that sliding catch again by Schultz. The pass from Petke had some heat on it. Good grab. Under pressure, you had Xavier Brooks right there. And Tigers will take the points here. It'll be another short field goal for Pate Barrett. He made a 20-yard field goal at the end of the first half as time expired. He is now 4 for 5 on field goal attempts. That started a hook left, and it just sneaks in.
22-yarder.
22 yards. So Barrett is now 5 for 6 on field goals this year. Tigers score on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter, and they lead 20-0.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Memorial. Hey, thanks for being here. You're in great hands.
Back-to-back drives for the Tigers starting the 3rd quarter and bridging that with the end of the 2nd quarter. Field goals from Pate Barrett. Last one, 22 yards, makes it 20-0 Tigers. An 8-play, 48-yard drive in 4 minutes and 23 seconds, brought to you by Simplicity Furniture, as Barrett will kick it off now for the Tigers.
Pooch.
Shorter kick, angled over around the 20-yard line. And on the return, this is Thomas. He gets just shy of the 30-yard line. We saw Addison Thomas with a good kickoff return earlier in the game. And now Harrison takes the field offensively for the first time in the 3rd quarter. Our scoring drive brought to you by Simplicity Furniture. They are located at 1309 North Green River Road in Evansville. Have fun shopping for furniture with the Coslets, Father Pat and sons Chase and Kelsey.
Jeremiah McGuire, along with a couple other blue shirts, in on the stop. Jeremiah already with 2 interceptions defensively, as those interceptions set up a touchdown and a field goal.
From the 29 officially. And the Warriors offense tonight, they have moved the ball pretty well. They've not been able to cash in. Rylan Knapp back in at quarterback, and Deshaun Brown has it here on the first play.
And that's a negative yardage. That was that jet sweep, toss it forward, and pick your numbers there. Number 5, Donovan Baker on the back, and that's a loss of 1.
So we saw Deshaun Brown start the game at quarterback, and then Knapp came in, played the majority of the first half. Knapp had to leave toward in the second quarter with an injury, and then Brown finished the half, and now Knapp starts the third quarter, so it's been back and forth.
I saw a 5 in there. That could have been Alex Broshears as well.
Loss of 1 on that play. Second down and 11. They load up the left side with 3 wide receivers. They've got Cordavion Reed in the backfield. Pass across the middle, and a nice catch there by Deshaun Brown.
Fumble.
And Brown lost the football around the 45-yard line. Tigers say they have it, and they do. It's the third takeaway for the Tigers defense. It was a good pitch and catch from Knapp to Brown, but Brown couldn't hang on to it, and the Tigers scoop up the loose ball.
It goes from the 28 to the 20. Donovan Baker comes up with it. Here's the replay. Nice catch, nice run.
Put the helmet on the football, maybe.
Donovan Baker picks up with it, and man on the tackle for the Tigers, forcing the fumble, J.J. Lowry.
So Baker has had a sack tonight. Now he has a fumble recovery. And the offense right back out there leading 20-0 with 6:35 to go here in the third. Got a new quarterback in there now for the Tigers. It's Liam Bryant, the junior, and here's a bad snap. Welcome to the game, Liam Bryant. He had to fall on the loose ball all the way back at the 43-yard line. It's a big loss. So Bryant, a 6'2 junior, 205 pounds, has not thrown a pass this year. It'll be 2nd and 20. Liam Bryant, the lefty, will throw his first pass of the year, and it's way too far over the head of Luke Elsherman on that far sideline. 3rd and long.
Don't know if he wants to get him some playing time or if they're going to be working on Will Petke on the sidelines.
Didn't notice anything in live action that would have caused an injury to Petke, and looking on the sideline, he's just walking around with his helmet off. He appears to be fine. So this could be a situation where you're just getting Bryant some reps, of course, in case something would happen to Petke like it did to Fisher. It's 3rd and 20.
Could see our first punt of the night for the Tigers.
Here is Elsherman. There's that jet sweep. They ran it several times tonight trying to get a block at the 50-yard line. Elsherman then is brought down around the ankles, shy of the 45. Good tackle by Xavier Brooks. They get 10 yards and makes it 4th and 10.
Well, if you play field position and you get a 30-yard punt, it'll be down to the 16. But again, the Tigers disdaining the punt. They're going to go for the first down. 3 receivers out to the left. Only 2 defenders out there.
Maybe a bit of a hard count here to try to get Harrison to jump offside. Still 10 seconds left on the play clock. You have to get to the 36 for a first down. And bad snap as a flag flies. The play clock expired. It's a delay of game against the Tigers. That's now twice on this drive that would have been a bad snap. And here comes the punt team.
We're going to see Joseph Hinkie. This will be his, as far as I know, his first punt on the varsity level. As he'll stand around his own 35-yard line.
And back deep to return is Xavier Brooks for Harrison. He's around his own 20-yard line. Typically be either Fisher or Rode punting for the Tigers. Now it is Hickey.
Yeah, both those guys hurt.
Well, not a bad punt for the first one. Sliding attempt. The ball comes loose for a moment. Xavier Brooks was trying to call for a fair catch. Had to hustle up and try to grab it. Was able to fall on his muff punt. So Harrison maintains possession right around the 20-yard line. Hey, thanks to Pet Food Center, a sponsor of tonight's broadcast. They have locations on Evansville's east, west, and north sides, also in Newburgh, as well as Owensboro, Kentucky. Anything you want for your pet, they've got it at Pet Food Center.
33-yard punt, no return. So Harrison with their second possession. Get it inside their own 20 at the 19. Looking for their first points of the night.
Tigers defense trying to earn their third shutout of the season. They shut out North week 2 in a 17-0 win. Then shut out Central week 3, 56-0. And last week against Mater Dei gave up just 6 points. Here is Knapp throwing across the middle, and a beautiful ball to Deshaun Brown. 30, near sideline, stiff arm. He juggles it and loses the ball out of bounds. That's a huge gain for the Warriors. The biggest play of the night for Harrison. They're in business. Boy, Knapp led Brown very well.
Well, looking on their stats, that's the longest play of the year for them as they go from their own 19 to the Tigers' 21. So 31 and 29, that's 60-yarder. And a game-saving or touchdown-saving tackle that time by Jeremiah McGuire.
It's one of the biggest plays the Tigers' defense has given up all year. We've seen them a few times this year, the bend don't break approach. Now they'll have to prove that here as the ball's at the 21-yard line. Pass out in the flat, caught by Reed. Reed makes one man miss, and then he is brought to the turf by Tanner Grease, the senior linebacker. That is a loss of 3 or 4.
Yeah, that actually might have been a lateral.
Cordavion Reed came in with 3 receptions on the season. And now we have an injured Warrior on the field. Going down to the ground appears to be the man that just made that catch, Cordavion Reed. Hopefully he's okay. He's a key part of the Warriors' offense. And some of the Harrison players start to make their way toward the sideline. So we'll take a break with them. 4:18 to go, third quarter, 20-0 Tigers.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Moments ago, Harrison with a big completion. Rylan Knapp to Deshaun Brown has them down into Tigers territory. They lost 5 of the last play. It's 2nd and 15 from the Memorial 26. Cordavion Reed was able to trot off the field for Harrison. He was the injured man that caused that timeout. On 2nd down, and here is Brown again. That's back-to-back plays in which they lose yardage.
Daniel Zemer on the first on the hit, the defensive end. Get some help from Merrimee as well.
And with Reed looking here on the near sideline, who just left the game with an injury, appears to be a cramp the way they're treating him. So 3rd and 18 for Harrison. Ball at the Tigers' 29-yard line. This is at least the 3rd, if not 4th time they've been in Memorial territory tonight, but unable to score so far. 4 wide receivers set again. Pass across the middle, and it's picked off. This is Jake Lively. Has one man left to beat to the 40. Lively cuts it back inside of the 30, and the Tigers have their 3rd interception of the night. Another pick for Memorial.
Lively steps in front of the receiver. He picks it off on his own 24-yard line and then just sprints down the field. Lively, the junior, kind of flips the field. And here it is. Steps right in front of the receiver, and just one man to beat. And That was Michael Jones. Jones doesn't stop him. And Lively gets in for 6, so they mark it at the 28.
Yeah. Jones slowed him down, made him make a move, allowed Brown to catch up. So this drive starts from the 28, and Harrison has to call a timeout. They had, I think, 12 guys on the field. They were trying to scramble away. So we'll step aside. Tigers get the ball back. The 4th turnover forced by Memorial tonight, and they still lead 20-0.
Does your home's exterior need a makeover? Consider a new entry door from Lensing Building Specialties. Browse classic and modern door styles to boost your home's curb appeal. Explore our wide variety of beautiful and energy-efficient entry and patio doors. Don't worry about the work. Schedule an appointment for our skilled techs to install it for you. Get started at lensingbuildingspecialties.com and make your home feel new again.
A Wrights Memorial education is now more affordable than ever. If you fit within certain income guidelines, you could receive over $6,000 of tuition assistance. Find out if you qualify for an Indiana School Choice Scholarship or other tuition assistance opportunities. Your child, your money, your choice. Visit wrightsmemorial.org for more information.
Drive for the Tigers starts at the Harrison 28-yard line, and for the 3rd time, Liam Bryant has a hard time with a snap. That one was probably more his fault. The other 2 was a poor snap. Anyways, it's a loss on 1st down.
As you talked about it, 4 takeaways for the Tigers, 3 interceptions and a fumble. And I've got them unofficially 8 tackles for losses, including 2 sacks. And still no points by Harrison, and we're down to about 14 and a half minutes remaining in the game.
Tigers defense, 3 interceptions tonight, also 1 fumble recovery. They've now forced 14 turnovers this year. Loss of 5 on that first play. Here is Bryant rolling out to his left, and then he throws an interception. Just lollipopped it over Elsperman's head, and look what I found. Thank you very much, says Zach Seabree, his 2nd interception of the year.
He was looking for Elsperman, and he overthrew him, and Seabree just comes right into his arms and puts his hands around the ball. As he's looking for Elsperman, has to throw it over Brooks Thomas's head, and that's what altered the pass.
Well, Warriors get another chance at it. So the Tigers now have thrown, is that 2 or 3 interceptions tonight?
2.
Petke with 1, and now Bryant with 1. Give you a score update from the SIAC after this first down play from Harrison. Tigers still in front, 20-0. On 1st and 10. There's the big fella. That is Brooks Thomas in stride. Down to the 30. Another big play for Harrison. Deja vu. I feel like we just watched that. Harrison back in business, and at 6'7", Brooks Thomas has had himself a night. Some big plays.
Looked like he might have been going for Brown, and Brown was right there, but no, he was going for Thomas. So it goes from the 35 of Harrison down to the 31. 34-yard pickup.
That pass came from Rylan Knapp. They were just in this territory moments ago, and the Tigers defense was able to get an interception. Knapp has all kinds of time rolling to his right, throws, and a sliding catch right around the 15-yard line is made as Harrison continues their march. Xavier Brooks, the junior, hauls that one in.
A diving catch. Keeps this drive alive. Another first down. 3 first downs all by the pass here in this 3rd quarter.
By the way, we promised some scores from the SIAC real quick. In the 4th quarter, Vincennes leads Castle 19-7. Jasper on top of Mater Dei in the 4th quarter, 28-21. In the 3rd quarter, North leads Boise 28-8. And also in the 3rd quarter, Wrights 69, Central 7.
3 receivers out to the left. Thomas one coverage out to the right.
From the 16, quarterback under pressure, down he goes. A sack for the Tigers. Ben Zemer brings down Ryland Knapp. It's the third sack for the Tigers defense tonight. Our SISC scoreboard was brought to you by Kipley's. They are located on the corner of the Lloyd Expressway and Bakey Avenue. Join them before or after the game for great food and fun. All the way back at the 28.
12 yards. So the Tigers bending but not breaking here in this third quarter defensively.
Could be the final play of the third quarter if the clock continues to move. Knapp, after the sack, loss of 12, throws quickly across the middle, and it is right through the hands of Deshaun Brown.
It'll bring up a third down. Well, they've got to get down to about the 7 or 8 yard line for a first. Certainly 4 down territory.
Mm-hmm.
I got to beat the play clock here.
It's going to be close. Knapp gets to the huddle with 7 seconds. They break quickly. Getting set up with 2, 1, and we have a timeout. We're going to keep it here, though, as Harrison burns their second timeout of the half. I want to thank a couple of sponsors tonight. That would be Evansville Hyundai. Stop by the Evansville Hyundai Auto Dealership for your next purchase of a new or used car. They are located on Evansville's east side. It's home of the 100,000 miles powertrain warranty and 3 years free maintenance. Also thanks to Rock-A-Bar Pizza. Join them at their new location at the corner of Green River Road and 4600 Washington Avenue in Evansville. Stop by after the game or for breakfast, lunch, or dinner for your favorite pizza or other fine food.
Well, each team had 4 possessions, Jevon, in that first half. Each team has already had the ball 3 times here in this third quarter. That's what turnovers will happen. In fact, we've had turnovers in 3 of the 6 possessions.
The only point so far of the half, the 22-yard field goal from Pate Barrett. That was at the 7:37 mark of the third quarter after the Tigers went 8 plays. Open up the second half, 48 yards, 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
Let's see what Coach Sutton and his staff cook up. And they're certainly looking for a W, but they'd like to have a TD here just to kind of get their spirits up, having only scored 19 points all season long. That is the Warriors.
On 3rd and long, they try to get some of that back. Pass goes to the 19-yard line, and they say it is caught. It's a gain of about 9, and that is Xavier Brooks with the reception. So we'll change ends of the field, and Harrison will have a 4th and about 13 to start the fourth quarter as the Tigers lead here in Week 5, 20-0.
Since 1973, People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet has been operated by 3 generations of the Flitner family. From Stan Sr. to Stan Jr., and now Stan's daughter Susan and her husband Jacob. For the last 50 years, customer service and quality home furnishings has been their goal. Other furniture stores may come and go, but People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet will show you how easy it can get for the next 50 years.
People's Furniture and Mattress Outlet, how easy can it get?
Evansville's original pizza since 1955? Why, it's Rock-A-Bar Pizza, of course. 17 incredible specialty pizzas. Mega Meat, Chicken Barbecue, Rocco Pesto, and Bacon Cheeseburger. Or how about Quesadilla, Chicken Bacon Ranch, Hawaiian Margarita around the world, and their breakfast pizza. Plus all your favorites. Oh yeah, don't forget about their signature salad. It's like none other. Dine in, carry out, or catered. Rediscover Evansville's original and still the best Rock-A-Bar Pizza.
Start of the fourth quarter here on Indiana SRN. Glad you're with us. Beautiful Friday evening in Evansville. Alongside Mike Scavara, I'm Jevin Redmond. This broadcast is copyrighted by Indiana SRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. So you have a 4th and 14, Harrison Will, from the Tigers' 20-yard line. That'll be the first play of the fourth.
Well, I got to get it at least to the 6 to keep the drive alive. Let's see what they come up with. You got to believe it's going to involve either Deshaun Brown or Brooks Thomas. Thomas flanked out to the left. He's got one-on-one coverage. Actually, they'll double team him out there with a linebacker.
I know who I'd throw to. You have a 6'7" guy on your roster, throw it up to him. Quarterback takes off running, and he will not make it. Brought down at the 15-yard line, does gain 5, but is a turnover on down, so the Tigers defense holds once again.
Second time on downs due to the Tigers.
That was a 6-play drive for Harrison that comes to a screeching halt. And it looks like the Tigers will put Petke back in at quarterback as they gave Liam Bryant 2 possessions. He threw 1 pick, and now Petke back out there.
That was a 51-yard drive. Of course, 60 of that was that pass completion from Knapp to Brown. And they had some losses in there.
Mike, how about that score from Vincennes? Vincennes leading Castle 19-7 in the second half. Both those teams were 3-1.
Yeah, I was going to say that's for third place for right now.
All right, Tigers offense has struggled the last few drives. Petke back in. They go to the ground. Shifty moves right through the line of scrimmage past the 20-yard line. That's a healthy gain on 1st and 10. And getting up off the bottom of the pile with that carry was Dylan Kendrick, his first call of the night.
Yeah, Kendrick, the sophomore.
Remember, Kendrick came on that Central game week 3, had a few grabs on a drive.
Yeah, a lot of them, again, were on those jet sweeps. That's actually his first official rushing play of the year.
Kendrick is a 5'9" sophomore, 150 pounds.
Picks up 6.
2nd and 4 from the 22. And they go back to the ground game with Dylan Kendrick, and he motors right between the hash marks, and he picks up a Tigers first down, gain of 7 for the sophomore.
Yeah, Coach Hurley would love to use up a lot of the play clocks and keep the game clock moving and move it out of the shadow of your own goal post. Started on the 14.
Well, the one thing the Tigers have wanted to do this year is run the football better. They have done that tonight. Now it's Landon Horning following his blocker. Horning stays on his feet. Good stiff arm, lunges forward around the 40-yard line. And that should be good enough for a first down, a gain of 11 for Landon Horning.
Tigers on the night, Jeff, and I have unofficially 11 first downs rushing, 3 passing, and 1 by a penalty.
And it comes without their starting running back in Porter Road, who had an ankle injury last week, was out tonight. Fresh set of downs at the Tigers' 40. 90 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter. Back to Horning. Not much there. Tackle made up front for the Warriors. Well, that was Brinkman.
Yep, Brandon Brinkman. Nice job defensively.
You're talking about Harrison's schedule earlier. Last 3 weeks of the season. Maybe some more winnable games. You got Central and Mater Dei and then Boise. But if they move the football like they have tonight and minimize the turnovers, they're going to have a chance to win those final 3 games.
Well, yeah, they might not win this game, but they can be proud of their effort.
Certainly had some good moments offensively.
Memorial exclusively going to this two-back offense. A lot of cross play there. Fake. This time Petke gets to throw it.
And he has a man wide open in Harrison territory, strolling up the far sideline and out of bounds at the 30. Standing all alone over there was Luke Elsferman.
30-yard pickup.
You know what? I apologize. That was Luke Docker, actually, who made that catch on the far sideline.
Yeah, they fake it to one back one way, the other back the other way. Rolling out goes Petke. And Elsperman makes a nice grab and good yak yards after the catch. And the Tigers get a first down. There we go.
Avoided that sack. Got his feet set.
Got about another 18 yards.
Yep. So from the 30, here is Kendrick. He runs off right tackle, and then Kendrick lowers his shoulder. Flag flies in as Kendrick picked up 11. We'll see if it stands down to the 19.
In this situation, you either have a hold or a face mask.
And it's a hold against the Tigers as Xavier Brooks made that tackle against Kendrick.
Well, Kendrick's going to pick up, depending on, they threw the flag at the 30 or the 21, so they'll mark it back to the 31. So he actually gets 9 yards rushing, but the Tigers get 10 yards holding.
So what you're saying is first and 11.
That's right. But that's how statistically you score it. Can't penalize the guy for getting the yards because the penalty was downfield. Now, if the penalty was at the line of scrimmage or back, he loses those 9 yards.
You don't see too many first down and 11s, though, do you?
No. Write the time down. We'll send that in.
Here is Horning. Cuts it in between the tackles. Good run by Horning. Makes a couple of guys miss. Still on his feet to the 10. Horning stiff arm at the 5. And he is lassoed out of bounds at the 3. That is a 28-yard run for Landon Horning. He had to earn that 28 yards.
And good hustle there defensively for Harrison as Deshaun Brown saved 6.
Well, they're going to end up spotting it down at the 1, so we'll go 30 yards on that carry for Horning. First and goal from the 1.
Yep, he got down to the 1.
The Tigers try to punch it in, looking for the first score here the second half in terms of a touchdown. Can Horning get it? He cuts it back in between the tackles. He's stacked up and shy. Actually lost a yard, did Horning. That was the 8th play of the drive.
Yeah, Horning's looking for his second rushing touchdown of the year. Coach Hurley wanted to give it to him after that good 30-yard run.
Just under 9 minutes to go in the game. And we've got Kendrick back there along with Horning. Dylan Kendrick has done some work on this drive. We'll see if he gets rewarded here. From the 2, they go to Horning. He got a block from Kendrick. Trying to get to that pylon, and he will be shut off shy again. That's a loss of another yard, so it's third and goal from the 3.
Zach Seabury, nice angle defensively coming out, meeting Horning about the 2-yard line, and then wrestles him down. Mark it all the way back to the 4. Just inside the 4. Give him a yard loss, as you said. So third and goal. You're going to see the Tigers have 2 cracks at this.
On third and goal, Petke hands off to Kendrick. He comes near side, spins off a tackle, and he's in. Touchdown, Dylan Kendrick. That's his first rushing score of the season. Kendrick, the sophomore, did a lot of the work on the drive, and he finishes it off with a 4-yard rushing touchdown. 26-0 Tigers. That was a 10-play drive.
Nice effort because that play was designed between the tackles, but Kendrick bounces outside, then cuts up and gets the 6. And the Tigers looking for the 27th point here on the kick of Pate Barrett.
Been perfect tonight. 2 for 2 on PATs, 2 for 2 on field goals. And he's still perfect. 27-0 Tigers. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter as the Tigers are sniffing 5-0 here in the regular season.
That can get you in the career that is right for you. Ivy Tech Community College has over 70 career-focused programs to get you into the job that you want. Ivy Tech offers programs in the latest technologies such as robotics and cybersecurity. Demand for nurses has never been higher. In fact, more nurses have graduated from Ivy Tech than any other college. Take the first step with an affordable education at Ivy Tech Community College. Go to ivytech.edu for more information and to apply now.
For 95 years, Zimmer Funeral Home has been committed to providing peace of mind at a difficult time. Our family has proudly served the Evansville community since 1927. As we enter into our fourth generation era, our professional and caring staff works hard creating meaningful ceremonies to meet the special needs of each family. We are proud to celebrate 95 years of business in the Tri-State. Zimmer Funeral Home is honored to help comfort families during their time of need. Thank you for trusting our family with your family.
The sophomore Dylan Kendrick, his first rushing touchdown of the season, a 4-yard scamper, caps off a 10-play, 86-yard drive in 4 minutes, and the Tigers build on their lead. They're in front now 27-0 here with 7:54 to go on the acute Lana Landscape scoreboard. Tate Barrett, who's 3 for 3 on PATs tonight, he's made a couple of field goals. Now we'll kick it off. And the kickoff will be returned just inside the 10. Thomas looking for space, not much running room, and he is brought down to the 15-yard line. Hey, you belong at Ivy Tech Community College with 5 times to start each year with flexible scheduling. There is always a great time to begin at Ivy Tech. Join them for Tuesdays at the Tech. That is Ivy Tech Community College.
Here's McGuire, who's got already 2 interceptions and some key tackles defensively, comes up with the stop. So Harrison will start on their own 17-yard line, looking for points here, down 27-0.
Rylan Knapp, who's been the quarterback most of tonight. See on your screen, relays the play to his offense, and the drive will start from the 17. Running back is Cordavion Reed. Knapp rolls out. Flag flies in the area of holding. Knapp just takes off running and chucks it here on the near sideline. Incomplete.
McGuire almost had his 3rd interception.
There's a flag back around the snap in the area of holding.
Well, the flag's at the 10, and that would be half the distance. They'd get the down over again, but that would move it back to the 5. In essence, a 12-yard penalty.
So the Tigers will accept that penalty.
Gets down back to the 3.
I think it's more like the 8. Looks like.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's hard from our angle. You get too many lines.
It gets a little dark there. In essence, a 9-yard penalty.
I mentioned before the snap that Reed was in the backfield. Good to see him back in the game. He left the last drive with what appeared to be some cramps.
And a lot of juniors, a lot of underclassmen. Coach Mo Sutton down 27-0, but a team down 27-0, they've been hustling the entire ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And they've come up with some turnovers, come up with some big plays, but which probably the bugaboo all year. They've had some negative plays and inopportune penalties.
Looks like same type of play. Knapp rolls out, heaves it across the middle, and almost another interception for Tanner Grease. The Tigers defense has 3 interceptions tonight and also a fumble recovery. That was almost a 4th pick.
Tanner Grease at the homecoming festivities. Do they have homecoming dances anymore these days? I don't know. But if he would have been at the dance, they would have said, Tanner, you should have caught that. Or am I showing my age?
Do they, Tucker Smith?
No, okay.
So they had him 10 years ago. 10 years ago or so, but
okay. Well, that's
must have been recently.
Not too bad. We do know the clock is stopped, though, at 7:34. It makes it 2nd and long.
When did they stop with homecoming dances?
Tucker Smith is our expert on the homecoming dances, by the way. All right, here we go. Let's get back on the field, guys.
All right, so 2nd and 19. Pass goes to the far side. And a quick hitter doesn't do much damage for the Warriors. It'll be 3rd and long.
Grease along with Baker, along with Zemer, and the pass was caught by Xavier Brooks. But
gain of 2, it looks like.
Actually, I think he lost one. They put it at the 7.
So 3rd down and 20. 5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Be with you again next week when the Tigers take on the Bosse Bulldogs here at Enloe Field. It'll be a home game for Bosse. On the air at 6:15. Be a 6:30 kickoff per usual. Have to get the 27 for a first down. Oh, trouble here. Bad snap into the end zone. Is going to wind up +2 for the Tigers. There's our first safety of the year.
That's right. Rolling back, Knapp couldn't contain it and went down before anybody touched him. So with 6:40 to go, there's a safety. Harrison will kick off.
Let's take a break here on IndianaSRN.
Licensed Sports Official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Tigers defense has done it all throughout the year. They've done it all once again tonight. 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, and they get a safety on a bad snap to make it 29-0 Memorial with 6:40 to go in the game. Thanks to People's Furniture Mattress Outlet, a sponsor of tonight's Tiger broadcast on IndianaSRN. 50 years of operation for a business that is family and 3rd generation owned. How easy can it get? For quality furniture and a quality mattress, stop by and see the friendly folks at People's Furniture Mattress Outlet in Evansville.
Well, the Tigers will get the ball back on the kickoff, and they'll kick it off from the 20. You can either punt it or kick off. Chances are it'll be a kickoff. And if the Tigers get good field position, if they can get a touchdown, then we'll have a running clock the balance of the ball game.
Looks like we'll have a kickoff from the 20. I would tell you who it is, but we don't have a number 6.
Briones and Horning.
It's returned from the 50-yard lines. The Tigers will get it in Harrison territory at the 35. After the safety forced by the Tigers, that was Brady Combs on the return.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The Memorial staff would like to thank you for joining us for tonight's game. We would also like to remind you to be safe and careful on your trip home tonight.
Looks like Liam Bryant back out there for this drive after Petke came back in.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
I got 2 backs in the backfield. Probably get a lot of crossing action there by the 2 backs. Second man through.
This is Joey Briones, and Briones run to the 30, but a flag flies. So while they mark off this penalty, we give you some score updates brought to you by Kipley's. Kipley's is located in Evansville on the corner of the Lloyd Expressway and Bakey Avenue. Join them before or after the game for great food and fun. In the 4th quarter, a bit closer now, but Vincennes. Vincennes leads Castle 26-21. North leads Bosse 35-16. Wrights on top of Central 69-7. And one final On the west side of town at the Wrights Bowl, Jasper is able to defeat Mater Dei 35-21.
Well, Briones gets 5 on the carry because the penalty was downfield. Same situation we had earlier, but I'll mark it back to 10 to the Harrison 40.
Here is Dylan Kendrick, who has a rushing touchdown tonight. Kendrick gets some of those yards back as he scoots to the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 9. Dylan Kendrick's had some nice runs here in the second half. That touchdown run moments ago was a 4-yard score. Halfway through this fourth quarter.
Tigers looking to go 5-0. They're fourth in the AP and Indiana Football Coach Association poll, and this game will not hurt them. Wrights wins big. You know, they were number 2 in the AP and number 3 in the IHSAA.
Here is Briones, and he is cruising up that far sideline. He works his way inside the Peace of Mind red zone for a Tiger first down.
Nice job that time, bouncing to the outside. Good acceleration. And they'll move it all the way down to the Warriors' 15-yard line. Another first down for the Tigers. 8 first downs in the second half, 10 in the first. The Warriors had 7 in the first and 3 in the second stanza.
So they marked him down at the 16-yard line. 2 in the backfield again, Briones and Kendrick. They go with Kendrick. Running near side, finds a slim gap, and then is wrestled down at the 11-yard line. A pickup of 5 for Kendrick as we're now inside of 5 minutes.
I'll mark it, 12-yard line. So good pickup on first down. Taking all the time they can on that play clock.
Some of the crowd on both sides start to filter out of Inlow Field. Coming up on 9 o'clock. Bit of a longer game tonight due to the homecoming ceremony. Had a 20-minute halftime. Here is Briones with the call. He tries to slide his way through that line of scrimmage, greeted by a few white jerseys. One of which for the Warriors was 71 Willett. Short of the first down, it's third down for the Tigers. Ball resting at the 11.
Second unit in for the Tigers. Offensive line as well as the backs.
They go to Briones again. Minimal gain to the 10. That was a 6th play of this drive. It brings up fourth down. Of course, the Tigers go for it here with 3.5 to play. Hey, once this game is over, we'll have a quick post-game recap of tonight's action. We'll also name our Rock-A-Bar player of the game. I'm going to say it's somebody on the defense.
I think so.
Tigers need 3 to keep this drive alive. Memorial led at 17-0. At halftime, they've gotten a field goal, a touchdown, and a safety so far. Quarterback Bryant just runs it himself, and he's right around that first down stick at the 5-yard line. A few Tigers signal first down. See where the official puts it down. And he has a first down. Drive continues.
Best thing about that play, it runs the clock. We're under 3 minutes. And you can't tell that second unit said, don't score. You got to go out there and play. They practiced all week as well. And they're going to have 4 shots to do it.
Good to see Briones maybe get rewarded here. He's done some work on this drive. They also have Reese Becker in the backfield with him. First down from the 5 as they wind the clock once again. Briones looking for a block. He got it. Easy touchdown, however. It will be negated because of a hole by the Tigers. That's why there was such a large hole.
That's that 12th man, Hold. Joe Hold. The flag was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. We didn't get it the yardage. We'll move it back to the 15. And the Tigers had a dozen penalties for 100 yards last week. They've got 8 penalties now for 70 yards here tonight.
Becker, his first carry of the night, will go for a loss to the 16. Reese Becker is a freshman, a 5'10 freshman, 160 pounds. That was play number 9 of this drive as that clock continues to move, coming up on 2 minutes.
Stephen Chen on the stop.
And the Harrison players almost jumped off sides, got back in time. The Tigers will be patient here with the play clock running down inside 10 seconds. Back to Becker again. He challenges the defender, Deshaun Brown, and Becker loses a couple more yards. So it's 3rd and goal all the way back at the 19. Tigers can just about run this thing out, though.
Might see that first unit back on defense. They want to maintain that 0 on the scoreboard.
If they do pitch a shutout here, it'll be their 3rd shutout of the season. Week 2, week 3, and now week 5. Came in giving up 4.8 points per game. Some movement on the Tigers' front. We'll back them up 5 more. So it's actually a delay game penalty against the Tigers.
3rd one tonight. Well, congratulations to the Tigers, going 5-0. And they've done it with defense all year. The offense has scored when they've needed to. And Coach Hurley and his staff, Ben Johnson, defensive coordinator. Coach Hurley calls the offensive plays. They've moved to 5-0. Can't get any better than that. Harrison played well. And they're going to try to take advantage of what they've done here tonight in the rest of the season.
They put O'Donohue in motion. That is who has the ball here. Got a block at the 20. O'Donohue cuts it inside of the 15, 10, 5, and it'll be a second touchdown on this drive that gets wiped away because of a penalty.
It's either a hold or a block in the back. Happens at the 19.
Be 3rd and goal now from the 29. I think the longest that I've seen in person, at least doing a game. Saw 3rd and goal from the 39 before.
That's right, another zip code. Best thing about it, get another play. And
so like I said, the Tigers can just about run this out.
Yeah. They started this drive on their own 35-yard line with 6:40 to go in the game.
Yeah, that was after the safety.
Yep.
O'Donohue comes to the near side. 20-yard line. Lost his footing a bit. And it's a gain of about 12 for O'Donohue. He just had that touchdown wiped away because of the penalty. And there is
Brown and Chen on the stop.
Not sure why the clock is stopped. There we go. Impressive moves there by O'Donohue.
Yep. They can run this clock all the way down. About 15 seconds difference, and then
There was a 5-second difference. For some reason, the game clock stopped, but no big deal, really. Tigers try to get organized here, and
another delay.
They're going to take a delay of game.
Let's hear it for the cheerleaders. All right, hey, cheerleaders.
So probably the final offensive play of the night for the Tigers. 4th and goal from the 22. 13 seconds left. They go back to O'Donohue on the jet sweep. Lost his footing. Nope, stays on his feet. Cuts it inside. O'Donohue is yanked down to the 10-yard line. He was trying to get that touchdown. Instead, he gains 12 yards. It is a turnover on downs. 5 seconds to go in the game. Harrison will snap it once, and then we all will head home. So the Tigers will move to 5-0. They were ranked 4th in the AP poll in Class 4A. Harrison will drop to 0-5, and for the Warriors, they will be back at home next week against Vincennes. This wraps up 3 straight weeks on the road for Harrison. Then week 7, they're at Central. Week 8, back at home against Mater Dei. Talked about it earlier. The Tigers will take on Bosse here at Inlow Field next week. And they'll have a big showdown at the Wrights Bowl with Wrights, week 7, and home week 8 against Vincennes. Last check, Vincennes was beating Castle, and if Vincennes hangs on, they would improve to 4-1. So there's the one kneel down. Time will run out. Tigers pitch their 3rd shutout of the season, and they win it here tonight 29-0. We'll come back and give you a quick recap next on our postgame show here on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Final score here at Inlow Field. The Tigers shut out the Harrison Warriors 29-0 on the acute Lawn and Landscape scoreboard. Tigers now 5-0 on the season, and the Warriors drop to 0-5. Let's recap the second half scoring for you as Memorial led 17-0 at recess. Tigers scored first. Early third quarter, it was on their opening drive of the second half. They went 8 plays, 48 yards, and it was capped off by a 22-yard field goal from Pate Barrett. Then Dylan Kendrick got a 4-yard rushing touchdown with just under 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That capped off a 10-play, 86-yard drive in 4 minutes. Tigers led 27-0, and our final points of the night came on a safety at the 6:40 mark in the fourth quarter to make it 29-0. The Tigers offense basically ran out the rest of that 6:40 as they win tonight 29-0. All right, Mike Scavara, let's go ahead and nail down our Rock-A-Bar player of the game. We hinted at it has to be on the defense with all the turnovers, right?
Yeah, yes, all those takeaways that they had. Jeremiah McGuire, he had 2. He had some special teams tackles, some couple tackles after big gains by Harrison. So, and our Rock-A-Bar, big thanks to Gina and Nick Herman for not only sponsoring our player of the game, but bringing us food here during our broadcast day as Senior Jeremiah McGuire, our Rock-A-Bar player of the game. Make sure you go to Rock-A-Bar and celebrate Jeremiah's player of the game status.
That's right. They had breakfast, lunch, and dinner at their new location, 4600 Washington Avenue in Evansville. All right, next week we'll come your way, 6:15 for the pregame show. 6:30 kickoff. It'll be Bosse and Memorial here at Inlow Field, and you can watch it on IndianaSRN. Big thanks to our IndianaSRN crew, Tucker Smith for Our halftime show with Joe Kiefer and also for Tucker providing scores throughout the night. Cameraman was Daniel Thacker. Producer Chuck Levine. Broadcast partner Mike Scavara. I'm Jevin Redmond. Thank you. It's been a pleasure and a privilege. Tigers are 5-0 as they thump Harrison 29-0. Have a great rest of your weekend. So long from Inlow Field here on Indiana SRN. Good night.